Can you see the sun is shining on me? It makes me feel so free, so alive. It makes me want to survive. And the sky, it makes me feel so high. The bad times pass me by, 'cause today it's gonna be a brighter day. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up the day? Don't you feel that sometimes you just need to run away? Reach out for the sunshine, forget about the rain. Just think about the good times, and they will come back again. The sunshine. Without you, there's nothing for me to do. Can you feel the sunshine too? It's coming through. It makes me feel brand new. When you're here, I wish you were always near. 'Cause everything's so clear. And today, it's gonna be a brighter day. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up the day? Don't you feel that sometimes you just need to run away?
Well. It's been a while. Okay, so to answer your questions, I know I'm totally back from the dead after 5 or 6 months or something. And apparently a lot has happened. Now, do not worry, viewers at home. The videos aren't deleted, but they are instead in a playlist. So they're not gone. They're still here. So don't worry about it too much. And also, I'm streaming
I don't know why you
on
call me
Twitch.
friend when we're besties. That shit hurt my feelings.
OG bestie.
That's why we have shout outs.
Bestie, you know, like.
Dude,
No,
I
it-
fucking hate that gag so much.
What's up, Brave?
There's a lot.
60k points.
Oh my god, help! I'm surprised your computer didn't break. Anyways.
Oh my god, what did he do?
Okay, but anyways, welcome to the stream. All of the videos are here. I will explain everything shortly because there is a lot that we have to go over. A lot to cover. And I don't have like a very specific screen for any of this, but I will say that I'm going to be leaving again right after this stream. I know, short-lived. It's just short-lived. And I'm sober today, so it makes this even more fun. But I think you can already guess what today's going to be about, just from the thumbnail. How long is the stream tonight? I don't even have the answer to that. But first, let me bring up the screen that I have, which is just the background. Basically, a dad. What are you talking about? Hello? Okay, I have this beautiful screen. Wow, I spent 10 minutes setting it up. But I have to give shout outs. Hopefully I can. YouTube is a little weird. I've not streamed here for quite some time. But thank you, Anthem of Sirens, Frosty Chaos, Goku versus Naruto, Grizzly Cone, James Mackin, Legendary Cryptid, Riddle Breaker, Ryuga Samurai, Shion, Shiver Fluff, Snake Dude for Life, Vincent Martin, and XIII. Wow, the whole gang's here. And on the Twitch side of things, we have The Edgy, who just... I think they're still doing a subathon kind of thing? A thing? I don't remember exactly. But yeah, they're doing a thing. Alright, as we look at this beautiful background with waterfall... Sorry, I was going to say wallpaper. It is a wallpaper, but we're going to look at this for a second while I tell you a little bit before we hop into today's main topic, which I'm sure a lot of you might have not questions for. Firstly, why am I here? Very simply put, I'm too stubborn to die just yet. Apparently, I thought my work here was done. I was like, I have to do real life work. And to be fair, while I was gone, I was working and I was setting up things. And I'm still setting up things. We'll see how that all pans out. The other thing is, why now come back? Well, that's what today's stream is going to be. I almost called it a video. What the? Again, I thought my job here was done with the AniTubers, but apparently it keeps getting worse. And now I have to do something about it. And I was thinking to myself, why exactly would I have to do that when I could just stay dead? Well, that's kind of why the videos, in case you were wondering, they are just unlisted. And they're in an unlisted playlist, you see. I have to put them on the channel. I have to figure out how I want my channel to look on the front page here. You know what I mean? So they're going to be up there. I'll probably just throw them up there then, and then just figure it out. Essentially, I'm coming out of retirement, but not really, because I'm not going to be back for another couple of months. Except for on Twitch. You will catch Twitch streams, so if you're not already, hit up the Twitch, and then I'll be there. But today's stream kind of feeds into a little bit of this, and I'll describe it all as we watch some videos. I don't know how many I'm going to watch, because I don't know how much patience I have today. And you'll know exactly what I mean. But wow, welcome back. Here's today's thing. Wow, it stops like as soon as you like cover it up. As you can tell from the video title here, top 10 anime to binge watch during quarantine. Now, why in the world would I be bringing up this video specifically? It's because we have to look at a timeline, you see. The timeline being 2020, when the world changed forever, which was pretty weird. And also, just to give you a fair warning, if anything happens, just default to Twitch. Papa YouTube doesn't really like when you do fun stuff anymore, which is why I had to play this very much video game music. I know, it's just one of those things. But do not worry, dearest chatter. We're gonna watch some slop today, so I hope you're ready. Strap it on in. I got a vitamin water, warm, because I was dragging it around the entire day. And I have a June Shine Spirits classic tequila margarita can. It's 10% alcohol volume. So I'm gonna probably use that instead for drinking purposes, because the more drunk I am, I will probably feel a lot better about this video. Anyways, yeah, Twitch might get weird in the future, so there's no real solution here. But okay, let me strap it in here. So here's where we are. 2020. I'm sure you're aware of what happened in 2020. That's why we have this video, the top 10 anime to binge watch. We're not going to watch this entire video, but I kind of want to thumb through it a little bit, and we're going to be skipping a lot. And that's because we're going to get to the main topic, which is the other people that are in this entire video. Also, volume warning.
Hello all, and welcome to Watch Anime. Today
Literally named Watch Anime.
we bring you our pick for the top 10 anime to binge watch, because let's face it, what else are you going to do being stuck at home all day?
By the way, the reason I'm bringing up this in particular, the reason 2020 is so important is, as we've seen, the rise of COVID weebs. The COVID weebs started when they were stuck at home. Now, I want to preface this for you, that this is where the beginning of our problems were. But there's like another video that I'll show you.
What's this I hear about you going
And in
all day
dub.
without eating anything?
It's no big deal. So skip Dragon Ball, One Piece, and others, as those would probably take up all of your time.
We're gonna get copyright claim.
Although this is the sequel to Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero is what really brought light to this amazing series. masters summon heroes from the past, known as servants, in order to battle to the death and obtain the Holy Grail. And
We don't even know what the Holy Grail is. Yeah, we do. I'm just kidding. I'm just making a joke. I was rage baiting you. This could be a lot of today. Gurren Lagann. Everyone knows and loves Gurren Lagann. I'm not of that opinion, but you know, I'm glad for the people that like it. Parasite. Again, the whole point is that I wanted you to understand that there are videos like this that exist. You get it, Chief? These videos exist to tell you, hang on, I'm just going to play it in the background, B-roll footage. Like, these people made videos about what anime you should watch when you're stuck inside. The COVID weebs watched them, obviously, and now they have an affinity for them. As you can tell, Attack on Titan. Now, I learned a nifty trick the other day, but I'm not going to use it today because it's going to be pretty quick. Again, I wanted to establish this for you. They're kind of like Watch Mojo, except they're called Watch Anime, and apparently this is just what they do. Don't worry, we have another special individual that we could talk about, maybe on a Twitch stream. Then there is this one, the top 25-ish anime for quarantine. These aren't super huge channels, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil the story for you. A lot of it just kind of falls into watching a lot of everything, but mainly it's going to be like a lot of shonen series. And of course, Angel Beats. This is going to be important very soon. And then we get to another video. Again, I went through and searched quarantine anime, and I got a bunch of videos from like 5 years ago, specifically. But don't worry, the worst is yet to happen. Again, top 20 quarantine anime to watch. People telling you about anime to watch, to binge watch while you're stuck inside. I want you to remember, this is to set up the entire story moving forward. And I didn't save the one video that I had. It's actually a Mother's Basement video. Damn, out of all the videos I had ready. Hold on. Okay, he's muted, so we're kind of safe. All right, it's this one. Why did I not have this pulled up? Hello? But this is the video that I wanted to start you off with.
So, as usual, everything is fine. Totally fine. But it is looking like, for the next little while anyway, all of us are gonna have to be spending a little more time being totally fine alone inside than usual. Some of us who are also totally fine may even end up stuck in bed, getting finer.
And you know what? The reason I bring up this video, this one specifically, as you can tell, dearest viewer at home, self-isolate with a nice long anime. Mother's Basement made this long video about what you should do with your time. If you want to get into anime, guess what? There's no better time because it's all right here. It's all here, buddy. And then you're thinking to yourself, well, what could possibly go wrong 5 years fucking later? This one. This video. And you know what? We watched it on stream before. And guess what, pimp? We're gonna watch it again because I missed the YouTube family. The YouTube. Yeah, it's gonna be one of these videos in case you didn't know. And if you haven't seen the video, don't worry. There's gonna be a lot of skipping through this. Maybe the second one will have a little bit more skipping.
Today we're going through 100 years of anime history.
Ranking the most popular anime from each year to decide once and for all
The best anime of the century! Me and Cade!
Okay, they split. Okay, I'm going to give you the entire synopsis here because it's going to get really annoying. And also it gets really cringe. They split up into teams of 2. There's 6 of them. There's 3 teams of 2. And they watch anime together. The premise of this video: we ranked the first episodes of every year's most popular anime from 1961 to the Lord's year of 2025. And you're probably thinking to yourself, huh, what could have possibly happened to make the dislikes 37,000? Whew. I'm glad you asked.
5 seconds long.
Ooh! That fight scene was crack. That fight scene was crack.
It was 30 seconds. It was about some sushi chef with like octopus arms. That anime is F tier.
Uh-oh. I've never heard of instant history, so it might just not be good. You might be thinking to yourself, don't worry.
This first one is Otogi manga calendar.
There's honestly not too much going on here that grabs my attention besides some little tune playing in the background, and a still frame of some character looking at a painting. It's not looking good so far for anime. This is going directly into the F tier category.
You're thinking that it's getting egregious with just 2 shows that they've already reviewed. But it is, in fact, not. And thank you for the €10 super chat from Flabimbu. It says, good to hear from you again, bro. Listen, I'm always here. I'm just on Twitch because YouTube hates fun, but also because I thought I was going to be dead for a lot longer. You'll understand why before the end of this. So don't worry, someone will timestamp it and they're going to be like, NECRO takes forever to get to the point.
E are going to be watching. Our very first one is called Tetsuwan Atom. So
Now, this is important. Also, weird freeze frame. Tetsuwan Atom. Again, if you've never seen this video, just let it wash over you. This is very much an industry plant type of deal. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Like on here, I can just... Can I... Okay, everything's just broken. Don't worry about it. Anyways, but like the thing is, the people are industry plants. Industry plants. Excuse me. I'm thinking of him wearing pants. This is awful. This is how damaged your average anime fan, new fan is.
Tetsuwan Atom, let's go. It's on YouTube.
Yo.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. My bad, guys. That was Astro Boy.
Oh,
that was Astro
come
Boy.
on,
My
bruh.
bad.
Oh,
Okay.
you pressed the wrong one.
Why is it Astro
Why is
Boy?
Tetsuwan Atom is Astro Boy?
Okay, like I'm trying to take it seriously, but look at this Looney Tunes ass fall. He's abandoning his son, and then it's literally just like, it's like, come on. So Astro Boy from 1963.
I give it an absolute bottom of the barrel F tier.
I don't know who their editor was, but if their editor saw this and they said, I'm just here to do my job, great, I'm happy for you. When I first watched this video, when I first booted up this video for the first time ever, chat, this is where I ended it. And I said, hold on a second. I'm no huge Astro Boy fan. I don't really watch that many old school classic anime. But you gotta put respect on the name just a little bit before you start slamming it with an F tier. There was no criteria that was ever met for these. You'll find out why.
F tier, bottom of F tier.
Big X. Man, big dookie, bro. Big stinky, bro.
Like, bro, you're telling me people used to watch this?
I'm actually upset that I watched it.
But it was just beyond bad. Like, this anime shouldn't have been made, bro.
Now, you can't really see it, but it's at the top left of the screen. And it says, so many F tiers, Lamau. They said in this next video, after this, that they should have taken this more seriously, but they wanted to rage bait instead. And the whole video of here is like, yeah, you could probably think that they're rage baiting. I totally get that. I would think that they're rage baiting. But that didn't happen in this video. It will never happen in this video. Because why would it? They only got away with what they were able to get away with before the comments came and destroyed them. I'll have a weird, meaningful speech at the end.
Alright, this next anime we're watching is from Jungle Taiti Kimba the White Lion.
It starts off with a looks-maxing white lion.
One more time.
Is from Jungle Taiti Kimba the White Lion.
It starts off with a looks-maxing white lion that...
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of Zoomer lingo in here, you see. That's my new catchphrase, you see. Looks maxing is probably the nicest thing you're gonna hear from any of the Zoomers today.
rules a jungle and immediately falls into a trap trying to save his wife and future kid and then dies. Now after this, the lion's wife gives birth by the help of some rat doctors on a cruise ship and gives birth to a white lion that suspiciously looks like a rat. And Ethan and I have a little theory. His dad died, the rats birthed him. Ethan and I have a theory that the mom actually had an affair with a rat. Yeah, well, we're going D tier for that one.
Like, everything in this video isn't even rage baiting, because in order to rage bait successfully, you have to kind of prove that it's rage bait. But even outside of that, you have almost 5 million subscribers. Why would you want to rage bait? People already like you. They like your music videos. I would even go so far as to say that they like your YouTube shorts. So why look like an actual shithead on purpose? It makes no sense. It can never make sense.
Alright guys, we're on the year 1966. Our anime is Osomatsu-kun. When is it gonna get in color? I'm being serious.
We sat down and actually paid attention while watching this.
I like that was the selling point. We actually just sat around and watched this. We paid attention. You'll find out why that's important.
Oh my gosh, I think Jeremy died. Now, I know for some reason a guy
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of cringe like that. Hope you're ready.
was dressed up as a dog. Why is the dog talking? Why is the dog is talking? What? The dog is a dude! What the hell? Osomatsu-kun. Jeremy, what are we giving it?
Below Astro Boy, bottom of the bottom.
Bottom of the bottom of the bottom of
Are you getting it yet? Viewer at home? This video was meant to make you mad. Now, the next video, I keep hyping up the next video. And I don't know what order I really want to like put it in, so I'm just saying the next video. So we're going to say the next video from them is where things get a little bit more important. But they can't have seen the first episode of these series and said, yeah, this is bad. And there's some exceptions. I think that there are some bad, good first episodes for the most popular ones in these given years. But that's not what this feels like. Yeah, their apology video, don't worry, I have a lot to say about it, is so far detached from reality. It's crazy.
tier.
Speed Racer? No. It's colored. Guys, it's colored.
I want that clip. It's colored. I'm going to use that for something not racist-y, I promise.
Honestly, a big upgrade from Big X, bro. Big X, still traumatizing me to this day.
On the S tier list, I wouldn't even give it F tier because at least it's bearable. I'll give it D.
They're saying this about again, influential anime. Skip.
So now it is time for me and Ethan to watch Cyborg 009. Alright, so Ethan and I just got done watching it, and it was good. It was black and white. High D.
I'll do like D+, bro. Like
Alright, we'll put it high D too.
Alright guys, we're watching Doro, whatever the hell it's.
Yeah, we're rage baiting. Being disrespectful isn't necessarily rage baiting, but that's just my own personal opinion. And again, people already like you if you have 5 million subs. Why would you rage bait in the first place? And kind of to your point, Neretsu, they kind of just come off as lazy and dumb. These are the people that, by their own admittance, didn't start watching anime until COVID.
College, off starting with some great rain animation.
This one was okay.
This one wasn't bad. It had promise.
It did have promise.
Watching it, you could definitely see where a lot of modern anime things come from. For what it was.
But what about the other ones before this, though? Modern anime things didn't come from those? No, only this one. Silly.
So much better than the
So
past
much
two
better. I think it gets like a high C to low B.
I agree. High C.
The next anime we're watching is Ashito no Joe. This is one of the best sports mangas ever. So the first episode better be freaking good. I'm not even joking. I say this is a C tier anime. The other first episodes didn't have the substance, bro. This one I like the hook. It was still kind of boring.
Yeah, I bet it was. Notice how they didn't say anything about it. They didn't put anything to it, and then they said,
but it was not bad.
Next anime we're watching is Lupin the Third.
Yeah, we recognize this character, and we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Lupin's.
I'm gonna do that the rest of this video too. Let's run that one back again. Again, I love Lupin the Third.
And we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Lupin's girlfriend, I think, gets captured and starts getting tortured by the bad guy. But before it goes any further, Lupin outsmarts the guy and saves the day until he's betrayed by his girl, but then ends up with her in the end. It's honestly very confusing, but as you can see, the foundations were laid and it leads to what it is today. And it's going in the D category.
You cannot say anything about anything anymore after you start putting Lupin the Third down in D tier. Again, I'm not going to sit here and sweep for a lot of these shows because it's not really worth it. But I will say that it does get really annoying when you see probably your favorite series in this entire video. And then you've probably dug into your memories and you said, ah, yes, Lupin the Third, my favorite first episode anime. And then when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like even without like knowing stuff that happens afterwards, it's still good. This one, yeah, we gotta put respect on it, but also D tier. Stupid.
Wait, Jeremy, what do we have? What is that? What is that, Jeremy? Color! We have color!
You know, it was in color. I was hoping for something good. And then, okay, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is gonna be a recurring thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip.
Animation was pretty good for it being so old. Except the one problem was just how bad the characters and the overall story was.
It was bad.
It was bad. Devilman's going in D tier.
Yup.
Get out of here, Devilman.
We finished Doraemon, you know, yeah, the first episode was Lost in Time, 1973, and we watched 2 minutes of it.
No, just slideshows. Doraemon's F tier. Doraemon's F tier.
I want you to take a look at that one right there, champ. Ah, yes. My least favorite first episode, Doraemon.
F tier.
All right, Sam. What's our next anime?
Our next one is Fortnite. Fortnite.
Oh yeah, this is the ad read. We're not gonna watch that. Thanks though. It's just about Fortnite. Skip.
Overall, I would.
You know what? Epic Games can sponsor me instead if they want half decent content. It's not that decent. Pretty bottom. My streams are bottom of the barrel, obviously.
Probably give this one D, but middle D.
Yeah, D.
Candy! 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 Hey, 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 hey!
2 times speed.
Yeah, that's just trash. Chodenji machine bolts got into it fast. Aliens invaded the Earth and the world was ending in the first episode, bro. And honestly, I can't tell you what the characters' names were and anything else about the show. This.
Oh yeah? You couldn't tell me with your fucking phone in your hands, my guy? You couldn't tell me anything about what you were watching? So crazy idea, I know. Why would I ever fucking remember? Silly. And I want to point this out before it gets too far into this thing. Who's on the ladder? I have no idea, to be honest. I want to point out something. They said after the fact that this video was rage bait, but that's when they said that they had to rush it out. Now, we could make the argument, sure, they rushed out the video, but when they were recording all of this stuff, I don't think this was meant with rage bait in mind. So let that be a place in your brain.
This anime is easily F tier. I'm sorry.
Guys, me and Jeremy have an announcement. That was the best anime ever so far.
This one was pretty good.
Insane animation for how old it was. Insane. Great dub voice acting.
Great dub voice.
Ooh, you watched it in dub. All right.
Oh my gosh,
And
like
also-
the dub voice
This
acting.
one's decent, bro. It's like around Ashino Joe level, a little better.
It was the best anime we watched so far. I like the little lightsaber effect, the aura of him pulling out the blade.
The aura, and we're gonna skip.
Guess what, Ethan?
What?
I don't even care about the rating. Don't worry, you'll see it again probably.
We made it to the 80s!
I swear from the 70s to the 90s, everything was all mecha anime, bro. The Space Runaway Idiot opening was fire. And this one...
You know what? I'm gonna harp about this for a little bit. I'm gonna give you some content. So I want to go over this line that he said. I gotta go back like a lot.
Made it to the 80s!
I swear from the 70s to the 90s, everything was all mecha anime, bro.
This is important, you see. Because, why is the ladder still there? Brother, I have no idea. But all I know is that they need to not have recorded this day. Oh yeah, but the thing I was going to say is, they complain about this. They didn't complain. We'll just say that they have spoken about how anime from the 70s to the 90s were almost all mecha. What do you think the next logical step was? Everything goes in waves and trends. So we had shonen anime for a hot minute, and then we had isekai leading the way. That's still the most made thing is isekai series since what, the mid to late 2010s? So just a weird point for them to bring up.
The Space Runaway Idiot opening was fire, and this one dude had a nice afro. And that will be the only compliment I'm giving this show. Pacing was absolutely horrendous, even for its time.
Brother, whoever his editor is and whatever this guy thinks he's wearing, please don't ever wear this ever again. You know what? If they take away any criticism from any of whatever we're going to discuss today, I hope the one thing that graces his ears is wear some goddamn pants. Get in the goddamn ring.
Get in the ring, man.
Just F tier, bro. Instant F tier.
Jeremy, what are we watching?
We're watching.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this one for you. They give it an S tier because they know it for Future Funk, and that's all you really need to know about it. It's a lot of glazing.
Bar, no
Easily.
debate so
Easily.
far. It's the first one that actually had me laughing. It's the first one that had.
It's like the first waifu, basically.
And that's why we're gonna skip it.
My brain is rotting, guys. We've watched such trash anime for so long. It actually gets to you, bro. It's infecting my whole atmosphere, bro.
This is called Macross, bro. It got me in my sleep.
Bro has been laying on the ground. He can't get up. He's paralyzed.
I just want some Orimo. I want some High School DxD. Please. I'm putting it at D tier. It doesn't deserve to be the most popular. F tier. F tier.
I know you can't see me looking at you, but just know that I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at you, chatters. Because, oh, wow. This video might be the worst thing I've ever seen. And again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. There's a lot of bad videos. But this is up there. This is a top fiver, I would say.
Actually, I'm going to watch it.
Alright, we're about to watch Captain Tsubasa, which is...
Tsubasa.
It just looks like a generic ripoff of, like, Bullock.
Yep, that's the rage bait moment. We're going to skip that.
You want to watch the second episode?
The main character has a very common anime personality of wanting to be the best at something. Overall, pretty enjoyable, pretty big cliffhanger at the end. This is going straight into the C tier category.
Look at those pecs!
Oh yeah, this one they also did for memes. Here, you can watch it if you want.
You gonna do the things?
This is why, and I want you to remember this moment for the rest of your existence, dear chatters at home. Let me roll up my sleeves here from the blanket robe. This one scene right here is why you should never listen to anything a new anime fan ever says. When they say gatekeep, what they mean is that you should just literally laugh them out of the fucking room. New anime fans aren't inherently bad. No. It's the COVID ones specifically that are bad. And they're bad because all they understand are memes and pop culture. They don't care about the medium. They will never care about your fucking hobbies. Are you kidding me? That's why video games fucking suck. And someone tried to gaslight people years ago. Video games aren't worse. Your expectations are just a bit higher. No, my expectation is actually very, very low for a lot of games. If a game wows me, I will play it. There's a $10 game. I don't even know if it's $10. It might be $5. But there's like a little thing called like Turret Girl or something like that. It's a little anime game. And it's fun. I don't have to think about it. It's just a little fun game. It's not like a groundbreaking AAA game. But I don't need memes to sell me on things. And I don't need to consume media the way that these guys do. But just, this is why you should always be mad.
Okay, that was sick. All right, guys, the year is 1984. Jeremy, what happened?
We got Fist of the North Star. Now, here's the thing, guys.
I'm gonna give it a
man. I
B
forgot about
tier.
that
I
one.
agree. It's going.
That's why, if it has meme potential, you will see it on this list and not an F tier. Hell, you won't even see it below a C tier. But always remember, chatters at home, this is why anime is now worse than it was before. Literally 1984.
On top of B though.
This is aesthetic when you think of anime 80s, bro.
Touch looked amazing. You know what I mean? We had potential for, like, you know, maybe finally something that can give us something we were wanting. And there's no subtitles.
So while everyone else used to watch these cool animes, Cade and Aiden are watching Touch with no subtitles. So we just don't understand anything. Touch is going D tier.
Alright, Ethan. You know what time it is?
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball time.
Prepare your ears. Chat, prepare your ears.
Get.
You better get in the goddamn ring.
Get in the ring, man.
This is it.
Dragon Ball. I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. Goku with his... You know, you just gotta watch the anime to find out, but Nirvana cover. And Bulma trying to the 10-year-old? Are you serious? It's honestly not a very good start to the anime. This is going straight into the D tier.
Now, I said this on stream. This is where you would probably think that it's rage bait, and it more than likely is. Listen, if you think it's rage bait, you're probably 100% correct. However, this is where it stops being rage bait, and it starts to lead into ignorance. And they kind of talk about this a little bit at the beginning of their apology video. But I want you to think about how much of this might be true after we see it. This... Again, they didn't think that this video was going to get negatively received like it was. They said, let's just put this out. Like, this is a little funny, quirky video. And like, they thought it was going to be just well received. They thought people were going to just laugh at it with them. Instead, it was everyone laughing at them. And definitely not in the way that they thought.
This one was booty.
I would personally say that this goes top of C.
Top? Yeah, you know, just get in C. Don't put it in top or don't put it bottom. Just get in C.
Look, it's like Gundam. It's in 360p.
Yeah, this when they were recording all of these things, being on their phone, looking at their computers while they were streaming it, all of this stuff was their pure reactions. Schrodinger's video.
So we just finished Samurai Troopers. Yeah, that's going in the big F tier.
Honestly, the last one was a stinker, so let's hope this one's way
Dragon
better.
Ball. And Dragon Ball fans were sorry, but yeah, we're on Ranma now, baby. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, Ranma 1/2 caught me off guard. And that's just because it kept showing naked girls in the first episode. It's a very unique plot, with Ranma changing genders with a splash of water to do some cursed body of water or something. And even though it was made in 1989, the comedy is still great. Like, it had me and Ethan laughing. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I can't believe I would be thankful for the anime men for their take. It dragged NECRO out of retirement. It actually... I have a comment on this video, and I said the equivalent of I almost came back from the dead, but now here I am covering this... whatever this is. I would even call this a video. This is just... It's not nuked. It's...
Honestly, after this, I'm gonna continue watching Ranma. Yeah, this show is a solid B tier, okay?
Would say Yatsura is forever cemented as the greatest thing of all time?
We're gonna skip.
Yeah. Let's do it. Guys, I'm sorry. No. Guys, it only gets worse! It only gets worse every single time. I don't know what I'm watching. I'm getting scared. Look at this. It's about like this high school girl, bro. She gets charmed up by this like dude. This dude definitely is older, bro.
This dude literally looks like he's 35 with 4 kids.
Yeah, dude. This girl just started high school, bro. No.
Look, that's me and Kate right there. All the huzz are looking for us. Look at this.
The huzz, by the way, I only on stream I learned what huzz meant, and it's just a less derogatory way of calling women hoes. Yeah, it's in playlist. I'll have it in a playlist. So in case you're wondering, the playlist will be live after I do a thing. I just have to flip the switch. That's all, and put it somewhere.
They're just very pretty guys, but they're
very
just
pretty
girls.
guys.
So I just don't understand what the concept was, and
I've got to watch, dear brother.
Imagine being this disrespectful to anime. Being this bad.
There's always those shows that people glaze for having an amazing first episode.
Yeah.
And Yu Yu Hakusho's first episode...
By the way...
Always those shows that people glaze for having an amazing first episode. And Yu Yu Hakusho's first...
Was that even English? Hello?
First episode is a perfect example of that. Even though it was made 33 years ago, it's still such a banger. Easy A tier.
Gives it A tier.
Alright, the year is 1993.
Arguably and probably the most popular basketball anime. I think it's
No, it's probably, I think it's the most popular sport. The aesthetic, music was good, intro was good. Slam dunk, A tier.
A tier.
You see where we're going with this? You see how we're getting into really good scores the closer we get to the 2000s?
Guys, Sailor Moon. Hunter.
Oh yeah, don't worry, they're not gonna glaze this one as bad because it's Sailor Moon S and not the original Sailor Moon.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, it looks dookie. I'm like, we're too old for this now, you know.
I'd rate that top of C tier.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the Sailor Moon fans in the chat.
Evangelion lovers, don't get mad at me. I love Evangelion.
No, he doesn't.
That first episode is not that strong.
He should have got dragged more for this statement, by the way. Sorry, I'm gonna be that guy. He should have gotten dragged more for saying that. Instead, he didn't. And here we are. There's a reason that everything is titled and descriptivized as it is.
I only have one thing to say about Evangelion, and that's Misato. I can't lie, the best part about the episode is holy gyat, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of this video, because I've enjoyed none of it.
The rest of the episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end.
On his phone the whole time. Look at. Hang on, I gotta mute him because I can't listen to them like twice in a row. Yeah, I couldn't imagine why they couldn't keep up with what was happening in the show when this is happening. Ah, yes. We love the fact that we're on our phones and we don't know anything.
Anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but it is going in the C tier.
Yep. Don't worry, they didn't glaze Detective Conan that much either. They gave it a C tier. I saved you.
These all dookie booty. This will be the first S tier. So Black Swords in the first episode. I'm gonna put an S tier. It's iconic. It's beautiful.
It's iconic. Why? Explain it to me. I'm stupid. At this point, I'm gonna be the most stupid person ever to watch their videos. If they say, if you know why, you know why. No, I don't. Why is Berserk good? Instead of just saying that it's an S tier because of, excuse me again?
The first S tier. So Black Swords in the first episode. I'm gonna put an S tier. It's iconic.
It's iconic.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
It is berserk. It
is berserk. Uh-huh.
The second, well, actually, no, it's the greatest manga of all time.
I didn't ask about the manga. I asked about the first episode, apparently. I asked what the first episode was like. And because we need to glaze it by one of the reasons we like it is because it's berserk, means that we've already poisoned the well. Thanks for playing.
Cowboy Bebop time.
Cowboy.
I like that they include clips from not the first episode either. Because this is from the movie.
Bebop, baby! Cowboy Bebop, wow. Honestly, what a great episode. Right off the bat, world building, the music, and the animation is established, showcasing the exact kind of thrill ride that we're going to be going on. For an anime that released in 1998, it holds up really well. This is very easily going into the A tier category, and I'd challenge anyone who says otherwise.
Yeah, everybody else otherwise says that it should be an S tier, but you didn't hear that from me.
Was.
Yeah, they're gonna glaze this one. I think you already know that though.
One Piece is pretty good. You get the introduction to Luffy. You get Kobe, what's his name? The pink-haired guy?
Yeah.
Overall, I'd give the first episode of One Piece A tier.
I agree. A tier.
Inuyasha!
This one kind of made me mad. I'm not gonna lie. This one actually kind of made me upset when I saw it. Like out of a lot of them, this one and then the Angel Beats one.
Like the fight scenes look good, but it's in Spanish.
Bro, first of all, I'm not gonna do that to myself. This is actual rage bait.
Spanish only, so only I'm gonna understand it.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest with the show, like after watching all these shows, I was already super exhausted from watching anime, and this came on.
Super exhausted from watching anime is looking at his phone the whole time. Guys, I don't know why anime is so fucking bad back in the day.
And it was in freaking Spanish, so I couldn't even understand it. When I watched it, it was garbage.
Okay, first of all, they know how to find these shows. Can we just talk about if this is just them actually being pure lazy? Because that's what this all boils down to. Even the video after this, and this video, and the videos that other people made. This is all of them just being lazy. The one thing I can actually say with certainty is that your AniTubers, the old school ones, depending on which one you watch, they at least will watch the anime that they're talking about a little bit more than what these guys are. And this isn't just...
I'm being honest. I'm gonna put it in D tier.
Oh, goodness.
We are both in the 2000s now, baby. Hellsing's gothic aesthetic is super cool. The cinematography was super good. Besides that, there's nothing really noteworthy about it. C tier.
I have an idea for a stream. It'll be on Twitch. It'll probably be on Twitch, and then in like when is February? Like another 6 months or something. I don't know when it is, but in like a while, it'll be we're gonna cover a little bit more of something like this.
No, Jeremy, dude, come on. You gotta wake up. I get One Piece
Oh yeah, Goku versus Naruto 22. You're gonna love this part.
was born.
And by love it, I mean you're gonna hate it.
You gotta wake up. Jeremy, come on. Because wanna know what's next? Wanna know what's next?
Jeremy, do you know what that is? Wait, Jeremy.
Guys, it's 2002.
The first episode of Naruto
Is a banger.
It is actually a banger. Naruto's first episode is a lot better than One Piece's. So because of that, we will be putting it in S tier.
Remember, they docked points from Dragon Ball's first episode by Goku being naked. Why didn't they dock it for Naruto being naked? I don't know. Because we need to look cool in front of everyone.
Yeah. Get up there, Naruto.
When we finally got Full Metal Alchemist, I was expecting something that was going to be good, and it actually met my expectations and Cade's. We get more of like world building aspect of the first episode compared to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where there's more action right in the
I like that they're comparing it to something that came out after the fact, by the way.
beginning.
Guess what anime we're watching? Bleach! Now before you come at me with pitchforks,
That's the third time they've done this in this video.
I've watched all of Bleach and I think it's great. But the first episode, it's nothing crazy. It was decent, and that's why it's going in C tier.
I'm not going to sit here and try to go to bat for Bleach because the last time I went to bat for Bleach, technically, you guys came in and you said, Mr. Necro 13, I think that you enjoy hating on Bleach because it's trendy. To which I reply, I was hating it before it became trendy. It's just that the AniTubers made videos about it and then put people like me on the spot. If you have to tell me that 10 years after your last good arc, it was going to be just nothing in between, then you have failed. I'm not saying that the new stuff is bad, but that stuff in the middle for almost 10 years is bad. And I would put it down. But Bleach's first episode, actually not C tier. This is cringeworthy.
I'm sorry.
We got Mushishi. I thought it was paced extremely well. It was written really well.
Yeah, was it?
And the music was just like the cherry on top. It was a really...
Look at, I'm not... Eisen hated it before you were even born. Yeah, that's kind of true. Was it like, okay, I gotta watch more Bleach. I'm not gonna watch all the bad shit in between, but I do want to watch the 1,000-Year Blood War arc because apparently I just need to watch it, even though I kind of already know what happens in it, but I gotta watch it. I have to complete it so that way I can't be called a fucking casual. But then again, what if I don't and I just talk about it a lot? Then I'll be just like these guys.
The emotional first episode. Overall, this is definitely something that I am for sure watching. I think it's top of A tier. Absolute banger.
Guys, we have no...
He doesn't know anything about it. And also, this is another part that if you're wondering where the viral parts are, if you think that I have L takes about Bleach, this is an even worse L take than that.
Finally. Death Note is so peak. I was saying with him, Death Note, I used to hate anime my whole entire life. Until 2020.
Huh. 2020? What would have happened around then? You know, that's weird because I do know that there are 366 episodes of Bleach. And it's so weird because you can watch an episode a day and it will take you an entire fucking year. That's crazy. I almost thought about doing that for like a little bit. But yeah, he did say the thing. Here, in full speed.
I was saying with him, Death Note, I used to hate anime my whole entire life. Until 2020, the first actual anime episode I ever watched was the first episode of Death Note. It was so good. Absolute masterclass, masterpiece. 3, 2, 1. S tier!
Who in the actual fuck is saying that this is an S tier? Come on. I like Death Note, don't get me wrong, but like, come on. You held back too much the past half decade. Come on, sometimes I like to be cool and fun. I mean, if you read the Bleach manga, I wouldn't say you would be like these guys. I did read the Bleach manga. That is one thing I did stick to, is reading the manga. And even that got like a little difficult. Kind of. It wasn't that bad, but like the manga's obviously way better because don't worry about it.
It is the best episode we have watched by far.
Gurren Lagann!
Gurren Lagann. The first episode of Gurren Lagann starts with main characters Simone and Kamina, which is located beneath the surface in some tunnel. Eventually, both of the main characters discover a way.
Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. Help! Why is my man doing that on stream? Why is he doing this? Help! Bro, he is getting in there. When they say digging your butt, twin, they are not talking about this. Hello? We gotta like we gotta analyze this. Look at it. Oh my god. He gets in there. Is he gay? Question mark? I don't. Brother, there's a lot of reasons I don't come on camera. One of them is not this. Like, God. Hang on. We got to do a quick instant replay of this at a slower speed. Look at my man's here. He's so bored. He's falling asleep. He's not on his phone. And then he says, this might be a little too boring. Okay, let's look at some hentai here. While his bro is in the room. Digs on in there. He is in there. Help. Help. Look at him go. And it's not like a, oh. Okay, we're going to get a little bit TMI here, but that dude has to be lifting sack at this point. He is touching sack. Look at him. He's getting in there while he's talking. He's talking to someone on the phone, and then he's looking at this guy and talking to him. And then he gets out. He gets out and he goes back in for a quick second, and he comes right back out, lifts up his shirt, realizes he's on camera. Okay, get back on my phone. Okay, I'm done now. And then I'm gonna dig in my eye. I'm gonna dig in my fucking eye right after. Holy shit! I didn't even notice that the first time I watched this. Oh my goodness. And that's where he just leaves it, apparently. Yep, and then he's just having fun on level 1.
This, along with one of the best messages in anime, clearly brings this anime.
Bro, he's eating with the same hand! Help! You know what? Everybody had to get subjected to this at some point. I'm just glad that you were here to see it. Thanks for playing.
The top of the A tier category.
Guys, me and Jeremy are at the point.
I mean, you never see a woman in sight. I mean, this... Only in their shorts. And not in these guys' shorts.
Where we've already seen so many, and we just...
Oh my god. Yep. Oh yeah, they censored this part out. That's why it's not a thing. Because of music.
I feel like we've seen so many romance of slice of lives that are kind of exactly the same.
Because of that, we'll be putting it in...
Skip.
Fairy Tail, first episode done. I never watched Fairy Tail before.
I watched it.
I would watch Fairy Tail after that. I give it A tier. I don't think it's an S tier.
I think it's
an... Yep, we're gonna get into the glazing. Okay, this part is the one that pissed me off. As a Angel Beats viewer, I watched the first episode, which is why I started watching it to begin with. And then I get this in my fucking eyes.
This show starts off with the main character and the viewer introduced to the world of Angel Beats at the same time. Some type of purgatory where dead people are currently stuck in as they rebel against the purgatory system, which is in the form of some white-haired lolly.
If you've watched this show, you know that she is not a lolly.
I'm not sure how old she is, but she's definitely a lolly. Just look.
She's definitely... I think I don't have this one mapped, but if I do, then...
Are you fucking retarded, man?
I'm glad I have that saved.
Get her. I don't know, it feels very slice of life, and you can kind of already...
Except that it's... I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you haven't seen Angel Beats, just watch Angel Beats.
Tell what type of anime you're getting with the first episode, which isn't always a good
And then watch the special episode, because that is also fucking peak.
good thing. This is going into the D tier.
Yeah, you should rope instead. I mean, in Minecraft.
2011, and you wanna know what that means, Jeremy?
Oh yeah, they had to censor out that for music too. Glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad that all of this got censored. I'm so thankful.
I've personally never seen Hunter x Hunter. Sam is one of the biggest glazers of Hunter x Hunter, so I'll let him take the reins for this one.
Guys,
What makes it so good is that it doesn't have
Hunter x Hunter, as far as the first episode goes, it's such a great start, so I think it's gonna have to go A tier.
Yeah, you notice how many not F tiers are in here now? You get it, Chief?
On to the next, Sword Art Online. Me and him have both seen the first episode. We've actually seen the anime.
But this episode's fire.
It brings you in. It was like the first like isekai that like really banged.
Okay, yep, we're gonna skip because of that.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know SAO episode 1. It sets up the plot perfectly. It's better than Fairy Tail, so I'd put it in the A tier.
I put A tier as well.
But the first episode's a classic.
Watching the first episode of Attack on Titan reminded me how amazing it was.
Yep, we're gonna skip that part. Actually, no, I need you to see this part. I need you to see what they give.
Episodes of anything ever. Easy S tier.
I can't imagine it's because there's a lot of Attack on Titan fans. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. If you love Bleach, I got love for you because you're braver than I am. I will not subject myself to filler and then have the filler characters be in my main story, which is why I didn't watch it for that long period of time. But you know what? I will never glaze any show that I like that much to the point that Attack on Titan is S tier. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of glazing too. Yep, first episode, right?
Part of Tokyo Ghoul Anime.
Season
the
one.
first episode
one
of season 1
is actually really good.
Banger. We should make a new tier. The awesome Ultra Double S Plus tier. It's going in that tier because Tokyo Ghoul is that good.
Yeah, it's not. But thanks though. Imagine watching anime willingly. Couldn't be me. Listen, that's why we have to pick and choose. See, that's what a lot of these new anime fans don't realize is that we had to struggle. I said this on stream. If you weren't there for the Twitch streams, we struggled through the early days of anime, and by we I mean me, and then maybe some of you because you're all old and boomer like I am. But we had to like import VHS tapes to be able to watch shows, and even after that, if there were DVDs like in the 2000s, we couldn't just like, oh yeah, I totally love this show and I've seen it like a million times, let me go and just buy the DVD. No. You're buying it, and if it sucks, guess what, buddy? You're strapped in for how bad it sucks. But most times it was good. Anime used to be good, so you didn't have to worry about that much.
One Punch Man. I'm gonna get hate for this, but I don't like One Punch Man either.
Okay. Here.
A tier. It's a C tier, but best.
You should actually hang on, I got a clip for that.
You're a fucking cringe lord. Kill yourself.
Best.
We were about to watch My Hero Academia, and I've actually never watched it in my life. I know Ethan's watched the first episode, but yeah, I'm actually hyped. My Hero Academia. It starts off with
he's on his phone, by the way.
Deku getting bullied by Bakugo, which I thought was his love interest.
2x speed.
And then he just walks over to a crowd and glazes a giant hero lady with a yacht, and then he almost dies and gets saved by All Might, who inspires him to become a hero. To be honest, it was just a generic anime first episode. It's C tier.
Jeremy, what are we watching?
We're watching Black Clover.
Honestly,
I have not watched Black Clover.
me too.
Oh really? I think watched it.
I have not seen Black Clover.
Oh, okay.
That's a great introduction
To Asta.
and whatever his brother's name was, and like the whole.
Yeah, they watched the first episode and forgot this dude's names already. Flip Beam with the €5. I was born in 2001. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Listen, I'm gonna sound like a super boomer with this. We crawled as anime fans back in the day, so that way you guys could run. And it used to be great. And by great, I mean I would get an allowance, like just a little bit, not like an actual huge allowance, like maybe like $20 or something. And I'd have to work like really hard for it. And I would go out to Best Buy like almost every month or every other month to buy Azumanga Daioh DVDs when they were coming out, because they were staggered releases. I had to catch up with Azumanga Daioh by buying DVDs. Sure, I probably could have used the internet, but I didn't have high-speed internet, so it was buy the DVDs. But I'm glad that we're here now. I'm glad we're here. Am I in the clear? Listen, I'm not the guys. I'm not. As someone who is 30, NECRO, be telling the truth. All I'm saying is, shut up. I'm not talking to you anymore. My back gave out. Maybe. I'm not. You guys are trying to fluff me up for something. Listen, I'm just saying. You guys are. Everybody's an anime fan. It just depends on what you watch, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like a judge or jury. I'm just here. I'm a little guy just having fun.
World and how important magic is. I think it's going into A.
Do I get a veterans bonus? I wish.
tier.
I agree.
Simple as that.
Black Clover was kind of annoying on the first episode. I don't know where they got this A tier thing from.
A tier, get up there.
We just finished watching Violet Evergarden. Me, Cole, and Kate having max level B.
We're on the most popular anime of all time.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah!
The first episode of Demon Slayer sets the tone very early with what anime we're going to be experiencing. It kind of has a similar vibe to Attack on Titan in a way, just in a smaller scale. Tanjiro seems like a very happy guy who has the grace of having a great family to care for until he doesn't have that. B tier.
I want you to know something before we move into the apology video. The apology video, it's not going to be the next video. It's the apology video. Don't worry, this all has a timeline to it. But the next video that they make is not them watching the first episodes anymore. It's them watching the entire series. And they didn't watch all of them. They watched some of them. You'll see what I mean. Sitting like this while your homeboy is right here? I don't know, man. I'd be wearing... And these... Okay, listen, I'm going to sound like a super fashionista, for lack of a better way of putting it. But, bro, what are these fucking socks here? Hello? Homeboy's on his phone. And homeboy's wearing short shorts and socks. Listen, I'm not here. If you are pride flag emoji, you are more than welcome to come here. But this is kind of pride flag emoji.
I know all the old heads are going to hate to hear this, Jeremy. All the old heads. Why don't you just go ahead and tell me that you want to give this an S tier or something? I don't know. I don't remember what they gave it. Old heads are going to hate to hear me say it. I think, yeah, it's low-key peak.
Fun fact.
You know, as I was remembering this video a little bit more, old heads do not have to concern themselves with what might be peak now, because what's peak now was not peak back then. That's my statement.
Me and Jeremy honestly don't really like it that much. Like I think
thought it was just decent.
I think overall Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely overrated. But as a first episode, guys, I think you need to go back and rewatch this peak. So I think it's going in S tier.
I remember watching the first episode. I don't think I liked it that much. I don't know, man. I think I sat down and watched the first episode. And I think the only reason I really watched it is because of the, what's the lady's name that's in it? Nobara? The one lady with like the hammer and nails? That lady? That's the only reason I watched it. I was like, hot woman? Sure, I'll give it a shot. I don't really care for shonen shit nowadays. And I thought it was okay. It was enough that I was like, yeah, I'll see what happens in the next episode. But S tier? Huh? Yeah, it was like, I watched the first episode of it. And then the second episode, I was like, I don't think I can sit through that. And I'm a pretty fair reviewer.
All right, Horimiya, we just finished it. And you know what I gotta say? We both have already watched the first. You actually read the whole manga, so.
And guess what? Horimiya fans, you guys need a life. I'm sorry, I get it. You want a Cade Ward type. You want the cool piercings, bro. You want the good bod, bro. You want the little skin, you know. You want the abs, you know.
Yeah. This dude okay, hang on. I'm gonna like roast these guys for like a quick second. I know this has nothing to do with the content, but I am going to roast this guy on the right. He looks like a broke Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky already looks kind of broke, but at least he makes music and is entertaining. Dude on the right is literally trying to like, come on, bro, come on. Get out of here.
Not getting anything out of this. There's no substance.
It's Gooner for girls, bro.
Yep, don't worry, we're skipping that.
if we're gonna be honest. We're introduced.
You know, actually, since you guys know about Hormy,
It's B tier. It's B tier.
At least it's a B tier. At least it's not an F tier. It could have been an F tier. Think about that. This is Johnny V for the $5. So is this vid just dumb Zoomers watching basic trash shonen anime on Crunchyroll? If only they watched it on Crunchyroll. Hashtag not an ad. But they did watch the... let me correct myself. They skimmed through these episodes at 2 times speed. There is no watching involved here. To be quite clear, they say it themselves. This isn't me making an assumption. They literally said they watched it at 2 times speed. So that means they probably pulled it up on YouTube. They probably found it somewhere, somehow, and said, yeah, 2 times speed it. We're going to have to get through like a lot of these. There's like a whole bunch of years, bro. NECRO, is that a joke? No. They said this. Don't worry, you'll see it. You guys think that like I'm just making them out to be these super heinous villains or something? This is what they said. All I'm doing is being the filter. And by the filter, I mean having fun and drinking. And I'm drinking right now. I'm going to have to grab another one because I have been sipping the whole time.
Now it's time for Chainsaw Man.
Okay, great.
Main character in Denji and his chainsaw dog Pochita as he navigates through crumbling debt, which his father left behind after he died, when he ends up getting betrayed by his employers who take a deal with like a zombie demon or zombie devil. And
you should know this. I don't know much about Chainsaw Man, but I do know this. Stop drinking, Holmes. I was going to do a DSP on you, but I'm going to keep drinking even more.
they end up killing Denji. Then, in a very sad scene,
oh my god, thanks. Skip.
Promise that he achieves his dreams as he's basically a backseat driver. Easily A tier.
The amount of hype that I saw behind this, it should have been S tier for them. But you know what? Maybe they at least have some sense of responsibility. Can you pause on something else? Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. I don't really notice it when I pause. I hear what they say, and it's just a very delayed response. And you would think I'd be looking at the screen. Oh, yo, you should, if you do watch anime, you should totally not watch it on an illegal site like Watch Cartoon Online or WCO, and never Google search it to find out the real one. That would be bad. Hint, hint.
Wait, where's Jeremy? Jeremy?
Cringe.
What's going on?
Who the fuck? Rebrand. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? All right, guys.
Help!
I had to witness that, and I apologize that I let you see that.
The year is 2024.
The first episode
is a banger.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a banger.
I was actually watching a little bit of free run from what I could on Animax, you know, the TV station from Japan. I was watching it on Japanese TV, and I'll watch it at some point. Are they okay? No. Dude in the Eeyore sweatshirt is disgustingly feminine. I'm gonna trust the apology video is the video you wish you didn't see. You're gonna have to see it today.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
It is gorgeous.
It's a banger. And Skip.
I think anyone will have a problem with us saying that it's A tier. The first episode,
A tier.
Come on, A tier.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Solo leveling.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna skip.
Cole. It's time for a little
skip more. Skip.
25. That's
okay. If you want to know, it's a B tier. Yeah, don't worry. They don't say a whole lot of anything. I've seen a lot of this, and we're just gonna sit like that, I guess.
all right. We just got done watching all of our animes.
There you go. If you want to know what the tier list is, let me go over it for you. Because I don't even remember a lot of the names that are down here because they butchered them, and I am also very inebriated, and I'm going to sound like an asshole. But just know that, like, Inuyasha's down here in the D tier. Lupin the Third is down here in D tier. Dragon Ball, for some reason, Angel Beats. This has to be the most methed out tier list of anything I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot of bad tier lists, and I know that there are other AniTubers that make tier lists, but I think this one might be one of the worst. And remember, this is them ranking the first episodes of every year's most popular anime from 1961 to 2025. And if you were having any doubts of how you might view anime, I don't think it could be nearly as bad as this. I don't think that anybody really compares the shows that they watch and puts them into tiers this bad for the first episode. If anything, the first episode might be great. The first 3 episodes might be a banger, but it's at the end of those 4 episodes that may or may not be so good. Well, the 4th and then onwards. But first episode? I don't know, man. Evangelion's first episode's not in the C tier. Not in my mind. I'm sure in a lot of the people's. And Inuyasha in the first episode, I watched that first episode like almost semi-annually. It's a fucking beast. So that's why this is annoying. But don't worry, it's going to get much worse than this because the tier list is only a front. It's a means to the end.
So now we're gonna decide what's the best anime first episode of the century. We're going first. It's gotta be
Attack on Titan, released in 2013.
Okay, me and Jeremy came to the decision that Tokyo Ghoul, released in 2015, has the best first episode of an anime ever.
Alright, Aiden Caden, what's yours?
Death Note in 2006.
Okay, now we're gonna all debate what's the best first episode and come to an agreement of what it is.
Do you guys notice all of those series that are the most popular? Why do they sound loud? Those are questions that I don't have the answers to.
After much debate, we have come to the agreement that the best first episode of the century is Tokyo Ghoul.
Such a bad take.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye, subscribe.
That was it. Thanks. Now, dearest viewer at home, dearest viewer, here's my comment. Wow, I almost came back from the dead because this video was so bad. And guess what? They got me. That's why I said I can't stay away. I'm literally here. Yeah, the likes and dislikes. I didn't listen. I am but one person, but you are all many. I want to read this. 6 friends rank the debut episodes of popular anime spanning a century. They react to varying animation styles and plot lines from classic to modern. Their humorous commentary and diverse opinions create a lively discussion on anime history. That didn't happen, AI. Actually, no. Inaccurate. That's not what happened here. Don't worry, we're gonna get to 7 days ago. But what I wanted to show you was a lot of the comments that showed up here, including Rubber Ross, which is here. Wanted to come here and personally call you all tourists. Now, there is a comment that's right here. The Anime Man, LMFAO. Boys, what the fuck is this? And you might be wondering to yourself, well, the Anime Man chimed in. Maybe they are just really, really bad. Chat, listen to me. Listen up. Come closer. Come closer to the speaker. Turn up your headphones just a little bit, and then you can turn them down after I say this one thing. You thought he was on your side. He is not. Now you can turn your headphones down. Because we have a video from the guy himself, the Anime Man. Whoa. Whoa, dude, it's totally him. And he's going to talk about the anime tourism problem. 24 minutes and 8 seconds. This video is not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
All right, fine.
And I'm going to point out something that is actually, let me put this out here for everyone that is in the audience. This is going to be my pure speculation, not based on anything. So anything that I say can't be used against me in the court of law.
I'll talk about this. God damn it.
And you never would have thought that I would have to talk about this guy before I go away again for months. Oh, it's a Jirachi. Sorry. It's a Jirachi earring. To each their own.
Normally, I wouldn't make this kind of video, but
he has to make this video, and he's made videos that are what he considers drama before, for the record.
I guess it's been blowing up in my mentions recently, so
because his name is close to the anime men, whereas they have been bringing up the anime man to say we didn't realize how good we had it on AniTube. You guys never had it good. Sorry, AniTube was never good, and I've pointed it out. The problem is that now everyone is seeing the issue, and the anime man fearing for the anime community. That's gonna get brought up a lot. That's going to be the crux of this. The community. Always remember, the AniTubers don't have a community. They have people that they appease with content that they make. That's it. They appease people with content for each other. Some smaller AniTubers, they've been trying.
Figured I would maybe give my 2 cents on the matter, even though there has already been a ton of people who have made their own interpretations on the whole thing. But as the title suggests, let's talk about tourists.
And I am going to be real. And my reason for hating the word tourist is not the same as why they hate the word tourist. They see it as derogatory. I don't see it that way. I see tourist as a very accurate representation of people that use anime as the grift. Or I see it as people that use that term whenever they show up, say that they hate it, and then they leave. Because tourism implies that they leave. And none of these people leave.
No, I don't mean tourists in the traditional sense of, you know, people you see out and about exploring a country or anything like that. I mean tourists in the digital footprint sense, or more specifically in the subculture sense. You know, people who are just visiting and checking it out, you know, looking at it from the surface and maybe getting a different perspective on it than people who actually live or are a part of said location. And
the problem with that, though, is that there is no discussion. Ever. There's just no discussion about these things. And also welcome in Nikki Gestalt for the fucking raid.
Get in the ring, man.
Welcome to the suffering on Twitch. Don't worry. And if you're new here, prepare to strap in. It's going to be pretty bad. But you know what, let me just keep going because I know that there's going to be a lot more said.
The same thing can definitely be said for subcultures, and today we're going to be talking about the tourists of one particular subculture that I happen to have been a part of for quite a while now, anime. I think it's really nobody's surprise that, especially over, I would say, the past 5 years or so, basically ever since COVID happened.
Huh? Since COVID? What happened then? When was that? I must have missed it.
And everyone was forced to stay inside, and a lot of people over COVID very much got into anime when maybe beforehand they didn't even have a split thought about it.
And you know what? And I didn't think about this because I'm trying to remember everything. That's why there's so many pauses, because I've watched this already a few times on stream. But one of them is that when we get to the anime man complaining about these people showing up and watching things throughout all of COVID, this is what he says.
Anime when maybe beforehand they didn't even have a split thought about it.
They don't have a split thought. People that are the anime men, they like many didn't watch anime until COVID, and they used it as a status. They wanted it to be a pop culture thing. Anime is not meant for a mainstream audience. Anime, by nature, in my honest opinion, is very much, it's niche, and it needs to stay that way. And I'm not saying that as like a, we need to gatekeep. I'm saying that as, it's kind of like EA. You guys saw the news recently. EA was looking very much like a deer in headlights about to get bought out. They would be transformed from public to private. And when you're a private company, a private-owned company, you call the shots. You don't have to worry about investors calling the shots for you. Anime is kind of that way. Now, I'm not saying that the anime industry is good because there's all of these new things coming out and people enjoy them and spend money on them. I think that anime definitely has a place to be known to people. But the problem is that it's the reason that we're here is because people like the Anime Man in Mother's Basement that we talked about earlier, these AniTubers caused the problem and are mad that now there is a problem. So people like the Anime Men use it as a means to an end. They don't watch anime. You saw how bad that video was. They use it so that way they can clout chase, so they can be influencers, because there's nothing that appeals to more people that showed up after COVID to watch anime than other people that showed up to watch anime. So as long as you can call something gross and disgusting and it gives me the ick, those people will show up and they will watch people like the Anime Men. And that's why people like the Anime Man are mad that there are tourists. But is he really that angry? I think you'll find out near the end.
And it was due to those extreme circumstances that we were all put into all over the world that a lot of people who previously didn't give a rat's ass about anime or Japanese animation of any sorts came out the other end being anime fans, or at least self-proclaimed anime fans. These, ladies and gentlemen, are what we call anime tourists.
Anime tourists don't exist. Anime tourists, those people, they're not here to just leave. No. They're coming in and they are making this a problem. I hate saying the S's after something like tourists because it sounds like I have to say tourists. That just shows how good this mic is. Hello?
Or I guess that's what the internet decided to call them, because I only just found out about this term maybe
that's not true. I'm going to skip that because it's not true.
Over the COVID pandemic, and especially with the blow up of things like TikTok and short form media, there has definitely been no ending of this surge of anime tourists who are invading our sanctity and our sanctuous place.
I'm going to go ahead and stop you there, Chief. But the problem with what he's saying is that I don't think that anime is this sanctimonious place that can never just be invaded. In fact, there's always going to be new waves of people getting into something, and we should help people get into something, including anime. However, it's when you start demanding things that they need to change. Oh my god, fan service in my anime? This shit trash, this low-key pedo shit, bro. When I hear that, I immediately don't have to care about what you're saying. The Anime Man only just now found out about these terms? Huge X to doubt.
And, there is one particular video which I'm not going to give any attention to, and I'm not
give attention to. You're giving attention to it right now. It's in the thumbnail. He says it right after this.
I'm not going to mention names, because I've already used it in the thumbnail, and I'm sure most people are already aware of the situation.
So you did bring it up. Yeah, you're a Diddy Blood Epstein. Yeah, they call you a whole bunch of crazy shit because you say anime was always this way. And again, I get it. There's coworkers that I have that are just not down with lollies. I understand that. The way I feel about it is the same way I've always felt about it. I don't really have an issue with it. It just kind of exists. I'm not going to tell people they can't enjoy lolly shit, but I'm also not going to sit here and be the weirdest person in the room and say, oh my god, there's so many lollies. I love the lollies, bro. It's nothing like that. But, time and a place.
If you care to know what it is, then I'm sure somebody, or at least 20-something people in the comments have mentioned their name.
I don't know. I don't think they really care that much, to be honest, but maybe they all care about it.
But a particular video was, sent to me. Not just,
How do I feel about hood weebs? I don't feel about them. I think that, how do I say this without sounding super racist? There's a reason that they gravitate towards shonen anime.
People who...
And it's not for the reason that you think.
Watch my stuff, but also personal friends of mine who are like, Joey, you're going to have to see this video.
They didn't say that. If anything, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say the anime man wasn't sent these videos. I will say that he looked them up. I can't remember who it was, and I know that there was a couple of people at Anime Expo 2019 when I first went. And someone went up to the Anime Man or Mother's Basement or some of these other AniTubers, and they had mentioned my name specifically. And I think the only thing that they said was, "Oh yeah, I've had an eye on them." He didn't look up that video. Not from people sending it to him. He looked it up because he wanted to know. These were his people. His what's the word I'm looking for? His constituents. Joey has no friends, only business partners. Only half true. I think he might have some friends, but then again, who am I to judge?
And it was essentially very much a me-coded video. You know, this is
okay, this is the part that was a little weird. Let me roll that back.
And it was essentially very much a me-coded video. You know, this is a video that you would have seen maybe on my main channel like 5-10 years ago or something like that, where it's essentially a video of a bunch of anime fans, at least self-proclaimed anime fans, who go and rank every single first episode of every popular anime from every single year. When I saw that video, I was like, damn, that's kind of a cool idea.
No, it's only a cool idea if it actually makes sense and you aren't being lazy. Again, I'm not saying that I'm like some super big intellectual and I could go into like Astro Boy and pick out like, oh man, the nuances of these scenes were so perfectly crafted. I'm not going to do that to you. But if I watch it and I'm like, oh yeah, that was pretty fucking lit, I would just say, yeah, it's good. I would recommend. And honestly, they didn't have to rank them on an S tier to F tier basis. They could have just said, yeah, it's passable. They could have just said, yeah, this episode passes, or no, this episode's not so good. I don't know, just 1,000,001 ways to say it, but they said it in the worst way possible. But this is a me-coded video from the Anime Man is really, really, really funny. You see, because the Anime Man has made those videos. I'm pretty sure you could look up on his channel, his main channel, him ranking people's first animes or their favorite animes, and he like shits on them for a lot of them. In fact, he's went to Anime Expo and talked about these people face to face and asking them what their favorite shows are. So, I don't know. Those videos get pretty well received. Maybe.
I kind of wish I made that video back in the day, or, you know, maybe I can still make it today if you guys want. So I was curious, you know, because it's not often that we get to see anime fans, or at least anime content creators in this platform, talk about the medium from that big of a spectrum, you know.
You do see them. They do exist, and there are people constantly making videos about old anime series that were the classics. It's just that the Anime Man from his ivory tower hasn't seen any of them because he doesn't watch anime as much. He has said this on his own. I'm not saying you have to watch all of the anime in the entire world to be the Anime Man, but if you're going to talk about anime and you want to cover that large of a gap, you better be ready to experience what it was like back in the 1960s, buddy.
Most people are usually very quick to talking about the hot shows that are currently trending right now, or, you know, maybe shows that they grew up with, you know, maybe from like the 2010s or the 2000s or the 90s or stuff like that. But it's very rare that we actually get to see people going through the entire lifetime of anime, at least in the popularity sense or the popular sense of televised anime from, you know, the 1960s or whatever. You know, I've done a couple of videos like that in the past.
Yeah, I didn't watch those, and I'm not gonna watch those videos though. Thanks for the promotion. NECRO, do you know Oda King? I think I've seen them around, but I don't think I've watched them. To be fair, I actually don't watch a lot of AniTuber videos anymore. See, that's what a part of me being dead was. I didn't watch a lot of stuff. I didn't have to because I felt free. I was no longer shackled to the stupidity Sorry, I'm a little sauced. I was stuck with having fun by not watching them. I was watching VTubers. Hint, hint. And so I didn't have to worry about being mad at what the anime man was saying or Mother's Basement. And I could go through all day. Stupid titties? Stupid titties? Someone should make that a podcast. But no, I just didn't watch anything for the most part. It was VTubers. That was it. Stupid titties. I mean, someone should make that a product. Come on. They have like a mouse pad and then they can just call it stupid titties and it's just booby mouse pads. Free idea. Someone take it.
As you guys have hopefully watched and liked. And, you know, although I didn't grow up with the older stuff, I try to understand the significance and the history behind it because the medium itself would be nothing without these giants whose shoulders all of these other shows have stood on.
You could have just said they were foundational. The word you're looking for is foundational. A lot of these series, while they were old, they were still very much core to the anime experience. Anime was kind of like video games in a way. I'm going to use that reference point. Video games in the Xbox 360, PS3 era, they started to get bad near the end. But before they started getting bad, they were almost peak. PS2, original Xbox era, as we call them now on the PC side, abandonware, there's some gems in there. And it shows you how much care and attention were put into those games to make them last forever. And even if they were broken in like the glitchy sense and like you could kind of like skip levels or make your experience a little bit easier, like those games are classic for a reason. That's why they release all of these older games in collections now, because they know that the old games sell. They know that the old games are good. That's why Mortal Kombat 1 fucking blows, and then they're coming out with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, because the old games are peak. That's the way that I feel about anime. New anime is not bad, per se. I think that there's a lot of good stories being told. However, the classics, the things that set up the foundation for what we have now, need to be preserved, and they need to be sent here. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. And I'm sure you probably do too, viewer at home.
Oh man, this video. This fucking video.
This
it was
video.
Not up to the standard that I was hoping for.
What standard do you have though? Sorry, I'm being like very facetious. But what is the Anime Man standard? Because remember, he's made bad videos. I've made bad videos. I've most certainly made bad videos, trust. But I can at least stand with my videos that they were bad. The Anime Man can't stand with those videos, you see. Because in order for him to stand with them, he has to admit that this video was like his, which he's already done.
Look, this isn't supposed to be some kind of like drama video, obviously.
It is a drama video. People will call anything drama. They call my videos drama videos.
Obviously, you know.
What a face to pause on. I know. I kind of thought about that. I was like, I'm not going to move it. I just like that he has so many faces. He has a million faces.
I don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff.
Yes, he does.
But I just find it really amusing as to just the visceral reaction that the online anime community has.
It's not an online anime community. This is why I hate the word community, probably more than I hate tourist. Because community implies that everybody is just happy and together and they're holding hands and singing Kumbaya. Except that there is no online anime community, you see. It is just people that enjoy anime, or they're old people like me. And I say old people like me because we don't really talk about anime that much. This is going to be a point coming up soon, but I'm going to give you the information now. They talk about anime tourists showing up on Twitter or wherever it is that they show up. And then when we look at the next video, the apology video, there's a lot of people on Twitter saying that this is the worst anime YouTube video they've ever seen. And I agree with them. It's not the worst, but it's a top fiver. But there were some other comments, and I don't know if they showed them, that they were like, we need pre-2020 anime fans back. So I was going to say 2019. Pre-2020 fans of anime back now. They would rather have the AniTubers that I've talked about uncovered on this channel come back because they did not like the Anime Men's video. Sorry, you cast those people out. the people that were passionate about anime, that were telling you this is what you should watch, this is what you should avoid if you don't like this, they were pretty accepting of telling you what you should and should not consume as a viewer. And those people got literally the equivalent of getting shoved into a locker or getting pantsed. So now you don't have those people from before 2020. You get new anime fans. Yeah, they were kicked out of their own house. Quite literally, the old anime fans, such as you and I, we got kicked out. Hot take, Joey is more handsome than the last bozo. I will agree with you there. Again, I'm not gonna pat him out here. I'm not gonna fluff him, but yeah, he does look a lot better than those other guys. But like, you know what I mean. But yeah, they don't want those people back, in all sincerity. The damage has already been done. Those people are gone. The anime fans now didn't want them here. And so they went on to do something else. People like me. I would rather be doing literally anything else. Watching AniTubers suffer is my favorite thing. But my other favorite thing is watching VTubers and have them be happy. Which is why all the content, this is kind of leading into the first part. This is why I went ahead and I unlisted all of the old videos. But again, they're going to be in a playlist. I have them all saved there. They're not going anywhere. So that way, in case you want to go back and relive the history, they're all right there. But I'm making way for the new shit. Because there is nothing in the world I'd rather do than just have fun. But the AniTubers don't make this fun.
Towards this video, like, God, I don't think I've ever seen such a visceral reaction to an anime video.
And it's not visceral. The reaction was very much justified. People watching the first episode can't tell you the quality of the show, and then ranking it based off of the first episode, while a smart idea on paper, not so good in execution. Oh, don't you worry. The concept art, the design, it's in the works.
In my 12 years of being an AniTuber, I thought I had some bad takes.
You thought this?
I have been thwarted, and I had a...
Yeah, it didn't take much to thwart your bad statement. What the...
A lot of people being like, Joe, you gotta make a response video to...
That didn't happen. No one told him he had to make a response video. Also, is he doing like the Jackie Chan meme? That's kind of racist.
You gotta make your own version of this video. You gotta come back and save AniTube, bro. And you know, look...
Whoa, I didn't hear that the first time. Did I hear that the first time? When I was streaming this, did I hear that part? Let me slow that down.
Make your own version of this video. You gotta come back and save AniTube, bro.
You know what? I'm going to let you guys think about that while I grab another one of these tequila things. Whoa. Oh my God. We did it, Reddit. He's going to come back and save AniTube. Oh my God. So, Woody. Don't worry. The refrigerator's like right behind me. Oh my God. He's going to come back and save us, guys. The rapture is upon us. Yes. I'm so fucking hype. Yes.
Bro. And you know, look, I respect that, and I appreciate all of those kind comments. So if you did, you know, on social media and stuff like that, kind of, you know, weirdly defend me in a weird way, even though I had nothing to do with this video, thank you. But I think I want to use this opportunity instead to just kind of talk about the more broader underlying issue, the elephant in the room, if you...
Aki Dearest isn't here. Ack. Don't worry, that wasn't my joke. I'm going to send them an email. That was Boogie that wrote that one.
You will. Because anime tourism, or anime tourists...
I'm just being mean. I'm just sauced up. But no, she's a very nice lady, I'm sure. I'm just poking fun. Don't worry, I'm fat too.
Are kind of a real thing. And, you know, even though this may be the first time I'm talking about it in a long-form video like this, I have been kind of subtly talking about it, you know, using my short-form content on, you know, things like Instagram Reels and TikTok.
By the way, I have seen a very few YouTube shorts from AniTubers. Brother, they're not good.
and stuff like that, which, if you missed that whole train, check this video, links in the description. There is a big reason why I personally kind of took a break from making anime content, and it was basically because of this very issue.
The issue that they instituted. Remember, they made videos telling people what anime to watch. You should get into anime here. You should watch this while you're binge watching anime because this is what you want to do. You're new to anime? Hop on in. You're going to be stuck inside forever, idiot. And now they're afraid of the monster. You created the monster.
Like, a lot of people think this whole anime tourism thing started only recently, I'm talking a couple of years ago. No, this problem has been around for quite a while now.
And by the way, and you kind of brought up, Hassan was on Trash Taste. There's a whole lot of issues there. But the other thing that I was thinking about too was they had an unboxing thing that they did, and it was from one of those shows. It's not the Ori Emo one, it's the other one that's kind of like that a little bit, where the girl's an artist or something. I don't know what it's called because I didn't watch it, and I was like, this is weird, I'm not watching that. But you know the one I'm talking about. But they were unboxing one of those figures, and these dudes were acting weird about it. Huh? Yeah, Eroge Sensei, that one. That show. Yeah, Eromanga Sensei, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, they were upset about the character in it, the FBI gonna show up or something. Those fucking guys. That's what they did on their show. They feed into this shit. They are literally feeding into the problem and then wondering why it exists. Yeah, Mother's Basement did that. You're very right, Nikki. Skip around to read JoJo's because I didn't like Phantom Blood. He gave you that JoJo timeline in his cheat sheet video, telling you how you should watch anime. All I'm saying is they created the problem, and now they're mad that this problem is very much permeating the anime online community.
As much as I think that, yes, it is a problem in a weird way, I do also think it's an inevitability.
It's only an inevitability if it goes a way that it shouldn't be going. It should not be people showing up telling you that you Epstein for real over a fucking anime figure. That's fucking wild, man.
So to start with, why is it a problem? Why is anime tourism or anime tourists a problem? Well, it's a problem for a number of reasons. And I think the biggest one may have to do with, the perspectives of those who have been in the anime community.
But again, my thing is, I'm not gonna stay on here for too long, but they pushed those people out. The anime man watched his people get pushed out.
Online anime community for as long as it's been around. Basically, I would say since the early 2000s, maybe the early 2010s, at least on YouTube and stuff like that. Because believe me, when I started the Anime Man channel back in 2013, there wasn't really an AniTube community. There wasn't.
Yeah, they don't need any of those either because it's all full of people. And when I showed up in 2017, that was when it became a different problem for them. I'm the problem.
Wasn't really
also big ups to nerdy Texan accountant. Get in the ring.
Get in the ring, man.
An anime community. There were, of course, yes, great AniTubers who came before me and who were around before I came onto the scene. And there was most certainly an anime community online on things like forums and stuff like that. But it wasn't so much a community as just a gathering.
But when did it stop being a gathering? In fact, I think the old heads, the old people like me, you guys remember a lot of those forums used to be a lot of fun because again, it was people that were in the same struggle as you. Now there is no sense of, if we want to use the word community, there's no community anymore because the community kind of implies that everyone's on the same page in a certain way, not necessarily, but think about it. People that are in your same fandom ruin shit for you. Back then, it was friendly competition. Evangelion, They had a waifu wars. They literally had waifu wars. Rei versus Asuka, and they were like, which one's best girl? But it was still good for both sides. This now is, oh, well, you said that you shipped these characters. Well, we're going to dox you. We're going to dox you and your employer, and we're going to get you fired, shithead. Because my lesbian Yuri ship is different than yours, and I'm also not a Coomer.
The medium was so...
Sorry, gooner is the term we use now.
Still niche, and especially new in the Western world, and especially on the online Western world, that...
Online Western world.
There wasn't so much a community of sorts, and it wasn't really until, I would say, like, mid-2010s that it really started to become this, like... community.
Oh man, I don't know, buddy. I still wouldn't call it a community. Again, if you call it a community, sure, we'll just keep using the term, because then it makes it a whole different issue. I'll explain later,
if you will. You know, because before then, it was very common in the real world, and I was a big victim of this. That if you came out and said that you liked these Japanese cartoons, you would just be bullied for it. Oh.
That's... okay. Sorry, I had to go back because I wanted a different face. This one's at least a normal face. But, like, that's not true either. Because I remember buying DVDs, and the guy that worked at Suncoast, he started working at Best Buy afterwards. And I would talk about anime with him all the time. There was nothing weird about it. In fact, I think most anime sightings, while small, were still kind of accepted. Now, if you were in school, it's like, yeah, that's nerd shit. But I think for the most part, people would like show up and they would watch Dragon Ball, even if they weren't like huge into anime. There's like, oh no, I've seen Dragon Ball, like it comes on TV. Or early in the morning, it's like, I saw Pokemon. Cool, based. Pokemon was taking over the whole fucking world. So if you were a kid and you said, I'm into Pokemon, that was an anime. Again, semantics.
Oh, you like these weird Japanese cartoons with like your anime schoolgirls and blah, 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 blah. I mean, trust me, I was there. I got bullied for it in school, you know.
I don't know if you were bullied for that. I'm making a statement.
Not only being the only remotely Asian kid in my school, but the...
remotely Asian? That's crazy.
The only kid really who knew about this weird and wonderful world of Japanese cartoons. And so imagine my shock when over the COVID pandemic, especially, and even a little bit before then as well, I'd say ever since the rise of TikTok, all of a...
The rise of TikTok has nothing to do with this. I'm gonna be so real with you. TikTok doesn't have anything to really do with this before 2019 or before 2020 into 2019. That wasn't really a thing. I hate to be that guy, but I don't think so, man. I think that in 2020, when the COVID weebs got their hands on it, that's when they started uploading everything to TikTok. We're just going in. Time is a flat circle. We had YouTube, and then the AniTubers showed up to talk about anime. TikTok now exists, and now new anime fans have a place to talk about anime. We're just in a flat circle. That's it.
Sudden, those kids who were definitely at school bullying those kids who loved watching anime, then turned around and went, hey, you know what? Anime's actually kind of cool. Because, God, let me tell you...
They didn't say it was kind of cool. They didn't tell people about it. They just said, yeah, I started watching this thing. And they felt it out. This is my headcanon. This is my tinfoil hat theory. People started watching it. And they didn't say that they liked it. This is during COVID. They just said, I started watching this. And they waited for the approval from their peers, aka the people that they knew watched anime. And they said, oh yeah, that's a pretty good show. Yeah, you should watch this. Or you know, if you like this, then you'll probably really like this. And then afterwards, after they got into like a few more series that were kind of all shonen slop, that's when they said they liked it. That's what I wholeheartedly believe.
You kids today, I don't want to say
you kids
sound like an could walk. Now you don't get bullied for liking anime. You get bullied for liking the wrong anime. Can you imagine the amount of privilege that comes with? But all jokes aside, you know, there is most certainly now, because anime has become so much more of a mainstream thing and so much more of a hip and cool thing and an okay thing to enjoy, there is certainly now a new group of people who previously, again, did not even want to say the word anime out loud, but, you know, didn't take the medium all that seriously.
They don't have to take it seriously. That's what he's going to say next. But, like, they don't have to take it seriously because that's not their intention. Anime tourists don't show up because they care about something. They care about nothing. That's the thing. Well, Mr. NECRO, they do care about something. They care about clout. And you'd be right. But they don't have to care about the medium at all. It's disrespectful. They don't have to. Think about it. Think about it. If the Annie fans, the AniTubers and the anime fans, the Annie fans show up, they don't have to particularly like anime. What do you think the anime awards were? It was a bunch of rappers and Megan Thee Stallion showing their ass on stage. It set my people back probably another 100 years. How do you think I feel seeing them act a fool on stage in front of the Japanese people that produce all of these shows that make hand over fist millions of dollars? It's fucking crazy, man.
And then now, because of things like shorts content and because of the COVID pandemic pushing everybody inside for years and years, and basically people getting so bored to the point where they're like, all right, fine, let me give this anime thing a go, and then ending up enjoying it, it created a bunch of anime fans. And let me just say right off the bat, I don't think that being an anime tourist is necessarily all a bad thing. I think everybody went through that phase at least once in their life.
No. That was another point. I just don't want to look at you in the eyes. That never happened for a lot of people. Because if, again, tourist kind of implies that you leave. The people that are here before, they're not tourists. There's some people that were probably my age, maybe a little bit older, and they were like, yeah, I used to read Shonen Jump magazine, then I just stopped. That's perfectly fine. There's people that just move on from YouTubers. They move on from me, and they're just like, you know what, NECRO, this dude, NECRO, you suck. I'm going to go watch The Anime Man now. And then they have fun with it. I'm glad. Have fun watching The Anime Man. But with takes like these, I couldn't do it. So again, you guys are braver than I am. Like, that's fucking wild. I've never considered myself as an anime tourist because, again, it means that I had to have did a drive-by at some point and said, I don't know about this one. And then I came back for a second dip. That didn't happen.
I think when back in like the early 2000s and stuff like that, or like the 2010s, if you started getting into the anime community and stuff like that, I think everybody at one point was an anime tourist. But we didn't call them anime tourists. We called them weeaboos.
No, we didn't call them that either. Weeb is a more playful word, but it wasn't anything derogatory like tourist. Let's think about this. Let's think a little too much on this. The Anime Man thinks that at some point in the early 2000s to the 2010s, that people were called weebs, weeaboos. Notice that he didn't use the word otaku. In fact, I'm pretty sure, hang on a second. Is this dude gaslighting me? Don't gaslight me, bro.
Hey, yo, what up?
Oh my god, that was awful. And I have to do it again, but this time I can mute him. This time I can actually mute him. Okay, don't gaslight me, the Anime Man. I'm pretty sure there was a video. I don't remember which one it is because I had to like find it again. It is like a crazy old video. But he's had videos calling people otaku. There's otaku, and then there's fake otaku. And then there's, I don't know how he spells it, weeaboo? How do you spell weeaboo? How do you even spell this? I think there's an other O. Yes. My thoughts on weeaboos. What exactly is a weeaboo? There's videos about this. I didn't use it derogatory. I didn't use it as a slur. The anime man did. You know what? Let's take a little detour. Let's take a detour. Oh, goodness. Let's go back in time.
Oh god, I can see the dislike bar already.
Hell.
Not too many people disliked it. Don't worry, I'll help you.
How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. So a few days ago, I did a video called "What exactly is an otaku?" If you guys haven't seen that, then click this annotation on list.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Skip.
That W word in the title of any of your videos, then shit just hits the fan. Now, if you guys don't know what the W word is, then you obviously haven't seen the title.
Oh boy, this is like a fucking fill restream.
Using it because, oh, it probably means something bad and something that has to do with Japan. So I'm gonna educate you guys today by answering the question,
wait a minute,
what the word weeaboo means, and then just using it because, oh, it probably means something bad and something that has to do with Japan. So
I thought it was something bad. Hello? Skip. A non-Japanese person who basically denounces their own culture and calls themselves Japanese. They try to learn Japanese through the anime they watch and usually end up pronouncing it wrong and looking like a complete idiot. That was his definition of it. Keep in mind that a non-Japanese person can like the culture, watch anime, speak the language, and respect the culture while still keeping in touch with their own. And he's the wrong there. Which keeps them from being a weeaboo, Japanophile, etc. Huh. That's crazy.
Into what makes a weeaboo and what doesn't make a weeaboo, let's clear up some misconceptions about this word. And the first misconception is when people call me a weeaboo. If you
Oh, I understand now. That's crazy.
guys don't know, I may not look like it, I may not sound like it, but it is true that I have Japanese blood running through my body.
Great. Glade segment. We're gonna skip.
Read manga. It doesn't make you a weeaboo. You know what you call a person who watches anime and enjoys it? An anime fan.
I'm getting a lot of hmms out of my body here. Go on.
And the third misconception is that you can be a weeaboo even if you don't watch anime. Since when was it established that if you watch anime, you're automatically a weeaboo?
Did I know? What didn't I know? Did I know that he's Japanese? I would never have guessed. Oh my god.
And brace yourselves for the huge newsflash, but anime and manga does not equal Japanese culture.
Oh god, I have to get away from this video. I might have a fucking aneurysm. Whoa, buddy. Oh, jeez, that was bad.
It's like kind of the same thing.
It's not the same thing. What?
If you think about it, it's.
Hang on, we gotta go back.
2010s, if you started getting into the anime community and stuff like that, I think everybody at one point was an anime tourist. But we didn't call them anime tourists. We called them weeaboos. It's like kind of the same thing.
Man. Look how far we've come. How old is that video? Like 10 years ago? Look at where we are a whole decade later. I'm glad that we're here.
Get in the ring, man.
If you think about it, it's just like now it sounds less like a slur. You know, what is a...
It sounds less like a slur because everybody took... You know what? I'm going to save it for the end.
Weeaboo. A weeaboo is essentially just somebody who is non-Japanese, who loves anime so much to the point where they think they understand everything about Japan and Japanese culture and Japanese subculture.
That's not what a tourist is, though. See, that's the difference, though. Yeah, weeaboo was kind of just a funny name. Tourist, however, it's this part that he just describes.
Point where they think they understand everything about Japan and Japanese culture and Japanese subculture.
But what do the tourists do? Because again, they're different. He says that they're the same thing. Tourists don't care about Japanese culture. I just watched a video today of an athlete. I think they were like a track runner. And they were doing like pull-ups and doing a whole bunch of aerobics on the train, on the subway car. And I'm like, they don't respect Japanese culture. The weeaboos do. The tourists don't give a fuck about Japanese culture. They don't give a fuck about any of this shit. They use it as a social status. If you like anime and you're wearing the One Piece Luffy shoes to your basketball game, guess what? Everyone knows that you're an anime fan. If you're doing a fucking JoJo pose when you're running track, they're gonna know that it's a JoJo pose. That's all of this is. That's what all of it is. They're the same thing. What is wrong with you, man?
But in reality, they are completely misguided and base all of their information off of fictional Japanese cartoons.
Yeah, that's what the tourists do. That's why everyone gets called a fucking Epstein pedo. Because the tourists think that they know that anime with fictional characters need to be saved from something? From something. And Johnny V with the $5. Joey, I'm part Japanese, the anime man. In all honesty, if he didn't constantly mention it, I think he's Indian. Bro, what if though? Actually? Thinking emoji?
And they create their entire personality around that so that they could fit in with a niche and fit in with who they think they actually are.
Yeah, the tourists do that, but they don't want to fit in. That's the thing. Tourists don't want to fit in. They want you out.
It kind of sounds like an anime tourist. You know, it's essentially...
Nope, it's not. Like, out of all the bad takes that are in this video, I think that one might be one of the worst ones. The €5 super chat. Getting sick of these anime colonizers. Don't worry, there's a funny part about that. Anime colonizers coming in and disrespecting my favorite medium. And my tribesmen.
The same thing. But here is where I would differentiate a weeaboo from an anime tourist. And this is purely just my personal definition, so if you think otherwise, I'd love to know down in the comments. All right?
Yeah, I'm not going to engagement bait. I'm not going to engagement bait with you, bro. I'm going to just keep it here on this video.
All right? I think the biggest difference between an anime tourist and a weeaboo is that anime tourists think that their opinion on anime is more correct than everybody else.
Isn't that just an otaku then? Congratulations. My man has molded everybody into the same thing, the same category. Man. Thank you. Thank you, Joey. I was going to call him David for a second.
What do I mean by that? Well, I think that a lot of these like anime tourists very much, you know, again, started watching anime over the pandemic and therefore have only really been exposed to, let's say, the past 5, maybe give or take 10 years of anime. And
that's not true. They're not used to those anime from the past 4 to 5 years. They're used to shonen slop. Guess what gets the money? Shonen slop does. I call it shonen slop because while they might be really good series, I don't watch them. They are still shonen series, which is what prints money for the Japanese. They get a bunch of money. That's why Dragon Ball and One Piece keep printing out money. They don't have to make anything else. And if they do, it's just for extra profit. We've seen it. That's why there's a One Piece. That's why there is a One Piece trading card game. There's a new Dragon Ball MMO or something like that now. Like, they're going to print out money. It doesn't matter what I think or what he thinks. Shonen's going to print out money. It's a MOBA? That's even worse. Yeah, I've only heard about it like secondhand. But yeah, if it's a MOBA, then that makes it even worse. It's kind of like Pokemon Unite. I was doing really good in that game, and then I think my team let me down and we didn't win, and I just said I'm not playing this ever again.
Don't get me wrong. In the 10 years of anime since 2015, anime has certainly changed. You know, the type of shows that get big have changed. The quality has fucking increased, and they're
oh yeah, a lot of the shonen get TCG. Well, to be fair, a lot of anime gets TCGs, whether they're shonen or not. Symphogear has one, kind of. I think I have some cards from it, but I don't have like anything actually like that I could play the game with. But you know what I mean.
There have been a lot of merits to the evolution of anime in the past 10 years. But I think at the same time, anything that falls outside...
Oh, yo, they did have like a Dragon Ball Online, didn't they? I think I remember that a little bit.
...of the scope of the past 10 years And anything that falls outside of the scope of how they think anime is and how they think anime should be is deemed as wrong.
You remember the old heads in the chat that have been here on this channel for however long. Thanks for sticking by. But the thing I was going to say is, you guys remember me saying something along the lines, I don't remember what it was word for word, but I can kind of just elaborate a little bit more. It was one of those things of anime fans. This was like 2017, 2018, maybe even 2019. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Anime fans that are new have not seen anything before 2010, and it shows. They don't respect those classics. And now here we are, where the anime man is telling you, excuse me?
How they think anime should be is deemed as wrong.
Because they didn't watch them. And those old shows, they're problematic. That's the word I got to search up a lot. When I was looking for new videos to cover, anime problematic would be typed in, and I would get a handful of videos. Not good ones either.
Or incorrect. And I think that's why you get a lot of these like newer anime fans now who hype up these current shows.
Current? You mean shonen?
These like big shonen shows.
Yes, he said it.
Like Solo Leveling or Attack on Titan. Or
hey, remember, Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I can't imagine who might have been a panelist on there. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the anime man. It was another friend of his that was a part of the Flying Colors Foundation. Glass Reflection. Yeah, he was a judge on that.
Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff like that. And think that every anime that should be praised needs to fall under that same exact umbrella. That's like listening to a rock band and thinking that all music needs to sound like rock music for it to constitute as music.
I was going to make a statement here and not relate it to music, and I think I still will make that comment. There's anime fans that say if you talk about anime once in any of your videos, then guess what, buddy? You have now been inducted into the anime YouTuber category. If you talk about anime one time, you are now an AniTuber. Yeah, well, the comparison doesn't really make any sense because you can listen to music that way. Like if I listen to, because I mainly listen to R&B, I listen to actually one artist 90% of the time. And then if I listen to something new, it's kind of something like along the lines of like neo soul or something like that. But I like songs that I can vibe out to. And then I also like songs that I can race home to because I drive really fast. If there is something where they're singing in it, like be it a rock song or an R&B song, if I can sing to it, I'm with it. I'm all in. If I can't, I probably will think a little bit less about it, but I don't deem it as not music. I don't think that music should all sound the same because I need variety. If I'm watching anime and I don't like isekai, then I'll probably just watch some comedy or something. I don't know. The whole thing doesn't even make any fucking sense, but it doesn't make even more sense when he's saying it.
Which is ridiculous for me to even say out loud. They don't understand that, not only has anime evolved over the past 10, even 5 years, but, if you go back to like 2000s anime, or 90s anime, or 80s, or 70s, or 60s anime, the art and the medium has evolved vastly. Just like
oh no, I talked about the BRS anime years ago. I don't want to be an AniTuber. Well, listen, if you like Black Rock Shooter, sorry, buddy, if you talked about it in one video, then you are an AniTuber. It's kind of like if you commit a crime, you are a criminal. I think someone said something about that recently.
Like how Led Zeppelin sounds completely different to, say, Muse.
Oh boy, we're gonna skip that.
They have entered this space and gone and looked around and gone, hey, everything that is like not epic fights and shonen and amazing animation and hype doesn't fall under what I constitute as a good anime. Therefore, it must be bad. This
This isn't a new take. This is an old one. This is one that has existed since I've been covering AniTubers. If it's not my definition of something, it must be bad. Again, I watched that Digibro video back when they were Digibro. And it was about Akashic Records. And again, I have no expectations about anything going into any of these. I said, you know what? I'm at home. Crunchyroll's running this thing on Twitch. I'll just watch it, whatever. But Crunchyroll, by the way, that's my annual thing. It's going to be the annual thing here. But like, I watched it for myself. The same thing I encourage everyone to do. Watch Akashic Records or whatever show it is. Watch it on your own. And if you think it's bad, then that's it. Great. Thanks. But if you're watching an AniTuber tell you something, even me, if I say Symphogear is the GOAT, I would want you to go and watch it for yourself to find out if it's the GOAT or not. And you'd be like, NECRO, you're such a fucking shithead. Why would you recommend me this fucking garbage? I'd rather you do that than to be an anime tourist or be whatever the anime man says that you should do. Again, my whole position has always been, watch it for yourself. It's the same way with video games, except for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm not going to get into it, but like, you don't have to have the shit on your plate to know that it's shit. Someone will shit out something on your plate, and if you say, I don't want this, it looks like shit, they will say, how do you know it's shit? You haven't tried it yet. Because I just fucking know, man. I don't... Whatever, I'm getting off in a whole different tangent, but you know what I mean.
I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember seeing a comment on like a TikTok or a YouTube video or something where somebody called these anime tourists, or at least this new rise or era of anime tourists as the Columbus era of anime.
This is going to be the weirdest thing you're going to hear all fucking day from this stream. Let me go back, and I'm going to let it play. Just strap it in. I want you to know that this causes very many things to happen after this.
Or era of anime tourists as the Columbus era of anime. You know, much like Christopher Columbus, who went to the Americas, mistook it for India, and called the natives now a term that I'm not allowed to say anymore, and you know, claimed the land for themselves because you know, he was like, well, I discovered it, and fuck all of you guys. This is my place now. And I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what these anime tourists are doing. They're like,
wow, it's just like my fucking anime. Also, oh goodness. All right, let's go really slow here. Okay. So the reason that this doesn't work isn't because the analogy is necessarily wrong, but like, this has the same energy as that one Vosh like clip. You guys have seen that clip. It's the one where he goes, well, like, I don't see like the good guys like in like Marvel movies. I've been watching a lot of Marvel movies where like the good guy gets framed and then everyone's mad at him, and like he doesn't just like mow them all down with like lasers and stuff like that. Like he turns himself in. Relating it to social popular culture stuff is not the way you want this to be. Brother, this is Japanese cartoons. I don't know how else to really say this without sounding like an idiot, but like, it's you guys remember Metal Gear Solid? This is just like my Japanese animes. That's this clip right here.
Coming to these unfamiliar lands, planting their flag in the soil, and going, we own this land now. Out of the way, previous people. Your opinions are irrelevant now because you are old and your time is up and you don't know what good anime is anymore. But
and you know what? And those people are mad. Yeah, Otakon is like, wow, it's just like my Japanese anime. I gotta go back. Hello?
Because you are old and your time is up and
Your time is up, old man. The future is now. And you know what? That's what happened. The anime tourists rolled in, and then the AniTubers took it upon themselves to not stop it. Remember, these people were seen as the voice of the anime online community. You know, they're the people that are in charge. They were hired by a company called Geeks Plus to promote anime to a Western audience. And congratulations, they did that. Because now look at what the Western audience does for you. They do this. They get you doxxed because you don't believe in the same things as them. And remember, this is him telling you that the anime tourists are bad, but you're not going to believe the last few minutes of this video if you haven't seen it.
don't know what good anime is anymore. But at the same time, they claim all of this. They don't respect the history of the medium. They don't
Yeah. The guys in the last video, hello?
don't respect how the evolution has happened. They
Yeah, the guys from the last video. I think we're seeing a trend here.
don't respect the cultural significance behind the evolution of the medium. They just look at it as something like cool and pop and fun and a good
And you know what? They are influencers now also. Weird Chad face.
way to get the attraction of the huzz.
I didn't know what the huzz was until I looked it up on the stream the last time I streamed it. I didn't know what huzz was. I'm not hip with the fucking lingo. I use slurs. I don't use replacement words. If I'm going to call you a slur, I'm going to do it offline because YouTube and Twitch don't like that. So I have to do it offline.
Yes, I did die a little inside saying that out loud.
No, you didn't. Skip.
Like, shit. Am I the problem? Like, have I just turned into such an unk now that I
Yep.
and that we once held the flag on? You know, I don't know. Because I'm sure there's
Don't worry, he was talking about how he was pretty much at ground zero and no one else was. That was what you missed.
a couple of people in the comments who are saying that exact thing, being like, alright, Unk, you don't even watch anime anymore.
Yeah, you don't. He started watching recently, though. I wonder why. And that's why, if you want to know why I'm back, it's around this part.
Well, you know what? Maybe there's a fucking reason for that. Maybe it's because the way that I see the anime community now is not the same anime community that I was a part of and I grew up with. And I'm sorry if that makes me out to be an unk, but trust me, kids, you will feel this in about 5-10 years from now, whether you like it or not. Now, in saying all of this, there is, in my opinion, one positive thing that came out of this influx of anime tourists.
What's the positive here?
And it's the fact that it really made the anime industry take itself a lot more serious.
No, stop it. I'm gonna be so real with you. The anime industry, they don't care about taking it more seriously. They know what they're dialing in on. Again, they're dialing in on profits. If we can make another Dragon Ball series or another movie, they don't have to worry about money. Demon Slayer? Why make a whole production series, like a whole saga, when we could cut the fat and make a movie? And also, these things were already in motion before we even got to this point. It's crazy. But don't worry, this isn't bad yet.
Because we wouldn't have nearly as many anime movies, like big budget, big screen anime films. We wouldn't...
But do we need those, though? The same thing I asked about the AniTuber problem is if we needed AniTubers, do we actually need big budget movies in the States? I remember a time when a lot of shit was only Japan exclusive. And it was kind of mystifying in a way, because you would have to go out of your way to import something in order to enjoy it. It was never tainted by localizer hands. And we could go into the whole localizer thing later or never. But when it got into the hands of too many people, changing it to talk about social issues and making my heckin' anime political Reno, that's when it became a lot worse. In my opinion, anyways.
Nearly have as high of an animation quality and production.
No, we had high animation quality back in the 90s and the 80s. Cowboy Bebop, literally one of the better animated things from yesteryear. And it still holds a candle to a lot of the shit that comes out now.
production quality as we do now, we nearly wouldn't have as many just shows being made.
We don't need a lot. Quality over quantity? Exclamation point.
If it wasn't for this new influx of this demographic that was previously uninterested in the medium.
They're always uninterested. This is just like video game people. Like, yeah, there's people that don't like to pay money for microtransactions, but they found that there's people that will do that. People like Darkside Phil, who gives $50,000 to WWE champions. They found out that they could get fun. They could squeeze the stone and they wouldn't get blood out of it. They'd get a lot of water instead. Because guess what? They can spend money to get WWE champions and sweaty man JPEGs.
Regardless of how you like to view anime today and how quote-unquote mainstream it has gotten, I think as an anime fan, we like to see the medium evolve. We like to see the medium get better in terms of just quality.
But what's gotten better though? What's gotten better is kind of a weird semantics issue, because better could mean anything. It could be better shows that are funnier. It could mean ones that have more action. It could be a little bit more dramatized. It could be one of those. Like, it could be a bunch of different qualifiers, but it doesn't really matter because it's all subjective at the end of the day. Saying something could be better is kind of like, well, what could be better?
Regardless of whether you don't like One Piece, or you don't like JJK, or you don't like Solo Leveling, or you don't like all of these like big mainstream shows that are getting these like movies now, you can't deny that a lot of these shows look absolutely fucking gorgeous.
No, they don't look good. I'm gonna be okay. You know what? You want a hot take from NECRO 13 before I die again for another like 6 months? Here's my hot take. You'll probably hear it if you follow me on twitch.tv/necro_13. Anyways, this is my hot take about this. It's what he just said.
You can't deny that a lot of these shows look absolutely fucking gorgeous.
I don't need visuals to enjoy a show. If I wanted visuals in my anime, I would be watching the Shonen Slop. But I don't need those. I will go back and watch Azumanga Daioh again for the 20th time before I let myself watch Solo Leveling one time. Better visuals doesn't mean that it's a good show. All this sauce but no actual substance is bullshit. I prefer watching the older shows. That's just a me thing. But this is such a weird take here. A lot of these new shows that have all the flashy animations that he's talking about, listen, kudos to the people that work on it, but it doesn't do anything for me. I don't need it. I don't know. It doesn't make the show good to me. It doesn't make the medium feel like it's new. It just says, we can make flashy shit. That's what fighting games kind of became a little bit. People would argue fighting games used to have a lot of substance and you'd have to learn a lot of these really minuscule things. But now you don't really have to, because they've made, what is it, the modern mode? They had the classic mode and now they have a modern mode where you can kind of just do one button moves instead of having to like learn quarter circles. I don't know. Things get easier. Modern audiences, just remember.
Like, I've only seen clips of the new Demon Slayer movie that is out in cinemas right now, and it's fucking astonishing how good this
and this is not to say that anything with flashy animation is bad. It's just that it doesn't do anything for me. Visuals are not everything. Because it's like games. They can have the best looking graphics, but if the story's fucking dog water, you're probably not going to want to play it twice or 3 times. You're going to want to get it off the fucking conveyor belt.
Movie looks like it's almost making me consider going to go watch it, even though I didn't even finish season 2. A couple of days from now, the new Chainsaw Man movie is coming out, and I didn't think that they would be able to get better at the animation from the anime series, but just from the trailer, yeah, it looks freaking incredible. Like, we would not have anything like this if it wasn't for these anime tourists.
No, we would have better. You're absolutely right. We would have all of these great things with the anime tourist, except we would have gotten there. The way I see innovations happening is that we would eventually have gotten there. It would have just been someone different. I would disagree with NECRO 13 that says that they don't look good at all, and so on, since shows like One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer are good series as well as looking good in their own ways. Listen, I've seen One Piece animation. It kills a lot of this stuff. One Piece has a good story. However, I'm not going to be the one to watch it. Sorry, it's like I don't watch shonen stuff. My palate is quite cleansed.
Like, if anime was still just as niche of a thing in Japan, or especially in the West, we wouldn't be getting shows like this. We would probably still be stuck in, like, you know, early 2000s quality.
Okay, early 2000s quality was bad, and it was bad then, and it was bad now. I will stand forever on that fucking hill.
Which, you know, I have a soft spot for, don't get me wrong. That was my freaking childhood. But at the same time, I can also recognize that a lot of the shows don't look that great and haven't really aged all that well. And you know what? In a weird way, this kind of influx of anime tourists has also kind of taken me out of retirement. Again, I mentioned this in my previous video where I talked about Real.
That's the part right there, by the way. Sorry, I was like tuned out. In case you're wondering, this is it.
Influx of anime tourists has also kind of taken me out of retirement.
That's right, viewer at home. The battle that we once thought was over was never over to begin with. You gotta get in the goddamn ring.
Get in the ring, man.
Because here we are again.
Again, I mentioned this in my previous video where I talked about Reels, or, you know, the fact that I started making more short-form content revolving around anime. These, like, I guess, quote-unquote anime tourists, if you will, that I have seen on things like TikTok and Instagram, have almost inspired me to start talking about anime again because, my god, I thought I had some bad takes on anime.
You still do. Old takes that might have been lost to time, they're not just suddenly good now because someone else is stupid. They're always bad. Sorry, I'm going to be that guy. I did die for like 5 months, almost 6. And then I saw this, and then I said, wow. What am I going to do here? Shout out to my man, Never Goon. Welcome to the suffering.
It almost inspires the bully in me to be...
The bully? This dude... Okay, you know what? Hang on. I gotta go back.
I thought I had some bad takes on anime. It almost inspires the bully in me to be like, hey, you know what? I feel like I need to teach these kids what actual anime criticism and opinions are all about.
This man was so soft that he had to make an apology video for offending someone about Yuri on Ice. Don't let that be forgotten in time. He made the Yuri on Ice segment in one of his videos about how everyone and their grandmother loved Yuri on Ice, and he had to step back and he made an apology video about how he had disrespected the LGBTQ plus community. That was a video he made. Yeah, that happened. Can I find it again? Oh my god, this dude's staring at me. Oh my god. God bless. I don't want to hear that. I gotta type in Yuri on Ice. I don't know if I'll be able to find it again. He might have like gotten rid of it at some level. But he made an apology video. I covered it in like some whatever the other videos are. I have to find it again. But like he covered it in like this thing, Yuri on Ice is not that special, let's fight. I don't even know if it was that video. It might have been a different one. But he apologized for it. And I think he took down the apology video. I don't know if I had to save it or maybe it's somewhere else. But like he made fun of it and was like, oh, it's not that good and stuff. It's just a lot of BL and people don't like it and stuff. He said that people that liked it were, oh god. Oh geez. I don't know if I've seen this video. This might not even been the video, but he had a video about it. I have to find it again. But like he had that video and I made fun of it because he apologized for upsetting people. So he's not a bully. He's Schrodinger's AniTuber. If he made it and you were upset about it, then he feels a little sorry. But if you weren't upset about it, then he's going to double down, buddy.
And it's so fucking funny to me, the amount of people, every time I upload like an anime-related short or an anime-related TikTok, or, you know, I comment on the video that inspired me to make this video, just the amount of people either like apologizing to me, being like,
they didn't apologize.
Am I trying to say that, hey, go out there and bully all the anime tourists off the platform, or that, oh, anime...
I think we should. In fact, I don't want them to be bullied off the platform anymore. Hint, hint.
Anime tourism has ruined the sanctity of Japanese cartoons. No, I'm not really saying any of that at all. I think, if anything, if you are an anime fan who is not an anime tourist, and you're saying all this thing about, like, you know, get all the anime tourists out of here and stuff like that, I just don't think, you know, you should take them all that seriously.
How do you get rid of an infection? Do you just leave it and then just hope it gets better? You want to do the Steve Jobs method of getting things better? Pretty sure he's not alive. Don't worry, I know.
Personally, have been having a lot of fun just kind of roasting anime tourists and, you know, just kind of in a funny way making fun of them for their bad takes.
Yeah, you don't get to make fun of them because your takes are just as bad. And also, Flimbimbu, have a good rest of your night. Don't worry, we got a little bit left. We have one more video after this, and that one we're gonna skip through. So it's actually not that not that much. There's also not that lot.
Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. They're just opinions.
There can be such a thing as bad opinions, Mr. Anime Man Joey guy.
And yeah, you know, some people might be like, oh, but, you know, if you have a big following online, then you have some responsibility.
I don't believe that. I know what he's going to say. You have to say something if you have millions of subscribers. You don't have any responsibility to say anything, so we're going to skip that part.
Leveling is the next coming of Jesus, or you want to believe that Astro Boy is the greatest anime ever created. That's cool, dude. You can feel that way. That's totally valid. But what these anime tourists need to realize, that as valid as it is to have opinions like that, you're also not free from any criticism either.
Yeah, that goes to you too. And also skip.
People watching this video who identify as an anime tourist, or as someone who maybe got into anime.
This is the part, by the way. This is the part right here.
Over the COVID pandemic, I'm first of all going to say, welcome.
Where's that meme that everyone uses? Top 10 anime betrayals? You can apply that here. Sorry, buddy. The people that are ruining your hobby and that we just spent 21 minutes talking about. What do we say to those people again?
For the COVID pandemic, I'm first of all going to say, welcome.
Do you know why he says welcome? I bet you'll never guess.
One thing you will come to learn very quickly is that the anime community, the online anime community, are the biggest bunch of unforgiving dickheads on the internet. But at the same time, don't take it all that seriously.
You know, kind of with these statements that he's making, AniTube was starting to get stabbed a little bit. We're going to use this analogy of getting stabbed. The reason I say that is because the next video after this is where I finally said, yeah, I'm going to stream on the main channel today. And you're going to hate every second of what you're going to hear.
Okay? Like, just chill. Take your time with exploring the medium. And I think most importantly, come to appreciate the medium for what it is. Even though you personally may not agree with all of the different aspects that make anime, for example, you know, all of these like high school romances, or these questionable ages that some of these characters have, or some of the fact that, I don't know, older anime are maybe boring to you, or anything like that. Just try to understand and try to appreciate the culture and the subculture for what it is. Because regardless of whether it goes against what you morally believe is correct or superior, it ain't gonna change for you.
But that's what they've been doing, Joey. They've been changing the entire fucking landscape of anime for the past 5 years. Let me go back. 2020, we saw this from the beginning. 2020 happened. Anime YouTubers and people that like anime said to these people, everyone, new or old, here's 10 shows, here's 25 shows, here's a handful of shows that you can watch while you're stuck inside during COVID, because we're going to be here a while. Those same people eventually started watching anime. They injected themselves into the online anime community, then said, oh, Lukoa from Dragon Maid is trying to seduce a insert here age child? Nah, this just Jeffrey Epstein, bruh. Nah, this sus, man. This is a little weird and cringe. They've been doing that for 5 years. They've been changing everything from the day that they got here all the way to now. Yeah, you get called fucking Diddy. You get called Diddy. But no, they haven't been doing this the whole time. What do you say again?
Morally believe is correct or superior. It ain't gonna change for you.
Except it has changed for the new anime fans. It has changed for the anime tourist. That's why you don't get whatever you're wanting, viewer at home. Just think of an anime that you wish you had. You're not getting it. Sorry. The anime tourists own it now.
You are just one person who watches Japanese cartoons going against 70 years of history that was created by a bunch of Japanese people back.
But you know what? That doesn't matter, though. Because I used to live in the South. And dare I say the L word, those people showed up. The liberals. I don't care if you're liberal or not. They showed up in the South and they started taking down statues of people from history. Now, again, their history, not very good. Trust, I believe you. But they're already here. Erasing those statues erases history. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. When you start coming into a place and changing things, despite it already have been there, great. That's why we keep changing the names of airports. You guys know the one that's in Vegas? McCarran Airport? It's no longer called that. It's something else.
In the 60s. Just enjoy those shows for what they are, and if you have opinions on some of them, I say, don't be afraid to express them. Because you know what? Everyone started off as an anime tourist.
No, they didn't. And he doesn't believe that either. He's just saying shit. This dude just be saying shit.
It's just that anime tourists back in the day were self-aware enough to maybe, I don't know, take a little bit of time to actually explore the medium before expressing their opinions about it online.
They weren't tourists then. Again, remember, tourists implies they leave. Those people were anime fans. They stayed and they enjoyed themselves. Tourists don't do that.
And at the same time, we took our time to appreciate the medium for what it is, the art for what it is. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how you view it or not, it is an art. And much like any art medium, there's a history behind it, there is a culture behind it, and it takes a lot of time to, like, get your foot really into that realm. I mean, fuck, I've been making anime content online now for over a decade, and I still go out and want to learn more about the medium, and you know, learn about how it came to be and what it will become. Because yes, even though there are a lot of shows in the medium that I absolutely love, I absolutely despise, and I still haven't seen yet, I want to know more about the medium, and I love the medium for what it is. And you're one of those people who don't appreciate the medium, don't understand the medium, don't give a shit about the history, don't give a shit about the cultural significance of all of this. Maybe don't make a tier list video trying to dissect every single anime.
Okay, that was the end of that video. Don't worry. This is going to be very important because the next video, which is this one, this is the last video that we're watching today, hopefully. And if it isn't, then I'm sorry because there's more pain ahead. This is their apology video. The anime men came back with an apology video. But before we get to the apology, This is the third part. I streamed this on Twitch, in case you were not aware. This one we might have to sit through a little bit. And I'm going to let you, the viewer at home, tell me how accurate each of these are. Maybe. I don't know, I might skip around again. No promises here.
This straight up might be the single worst AniTuber video of all time.
Doraemon's F tier.
Yeah, this video gets so bad because, again, this shows their detractors in one video.
It's easily F tier.
F tier.
This guy's video, I saw it, 545,000 views.
Bottom of the barrel F tier.
They gave Astro Boy the
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball time.
This is probably A or S.
Even Shabes, I don't even like Shabes, and he showed up in this fucking video. But look at his reaction to this.
The D tier.
What?
I don't think I've ever felt anything kind of come from this dude's expressiveness quite like that. Again, I don't even like Shabes. I think that the AniTuber weekly thing that he used to do was very cringe. Probably still is. Don't know. I think he's looking for a meaning where things don't really need to exist. But you know what? When he saw this and he saw that D tier for Dragon Ball, I believe something inside of him died that day. I think that he was gonna have a conniption fit.
Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before.
What? The Mexican cartels and people know what
Solo leveling.
Instant F tier.
I'm gonna kill someone.
Put it at 2 times speed. We're giving this anime a little bit more respect. We're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Regular speed. Scrolling on your phone. The least you could do is try.
One of them doesn't even.
Yeah, this was a part in the video. This part I really liked. Remember, I want you to remember this video. This video, there's another thing you have to remember. This is a lot of homework. This part right here. I'm also in the Anime Men and don't watch anime at all. Slowly changing. Did someone say ironic? Is NECRO wishing he cameoed in the call out video? I did. Is this my last stream? For a little bit. For a little bit.
Even watch anime.
Don't watch anime at all.
You are a bunch of f***ing tourists.
I used to hate anime until 2020.
I'm too old for this.
Please self-proclaimed anime fans. Maybe don't make a tier list video.
If I ever catch one of you in public, you might get.
That's the intro to this video. All of the things that were said about them was led to this moment. I would care, but these are the same people who think Demon Slayer is peak writing. This is true. Now, again, you could call me a AniTuber detractor in some regard. I hate all AniTubers almost equally, but I feel like sometimes people went a little too far. You shouldn't want to tell people that they should be killed. But at some times when I'm angry enough, I do tell them some very unsavory things. I still say it on the streams. Oh yeah, this opening's cringe. Okay, I don't really care. Okay, it's when they're in this room. It's when they're in this room.
The video we made was just outright garbage, and every person critiquing us is 1000% valid, and honestly, we deserve all the backlash that's coming to us. Let's just be honest. Everyone is calling us fake anime fans, clout chasers, and most importantly, the T word. And although we disagree with those labels, the video makes them out to be 100% true, and we have no one else to blame but ourselves for that.
So not only was the entire concept of the video bad, but just the way we went about it was also terrible. We completely disrespected older anime by playing it in 2 times speed and just making really bad jokes. And we didn't actually give a proper insight and analysis to these older anime that actually deserved one.
And not knowing that Goku had a tail.
By the way, I want you to notice the wording that they say, because there's not too much that they will say in the central part of this video where they go through each anime. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through each of them because it really doesn't matter. I will show you one of them, and then I will let you kind of just understand why I'm not going to watch that, like this middle part. So that's why this part's going to be short.
On top of that, the way we framed the video, especially the thumbnail, made it seem like we're doing an analysis when in reality, all we did was bash these shows for no reason.
The reason why the video turned out the way it did is because we were just downright lazy. And in all honesty, we just wanted to upload the video and meet a deadline.
We wanted to get the video over with, and instead of actually putting in any effort whatsoever, we kind of just resorted to rage baiting and really bad jokes.
Remember, when they were making this video, when they were sitting on their beds and the couches and everything, watching these shows, that was them genuinely trying to watch those shows. And you could say, well, maybe they were in a deadline to make this video. Maybe they should have used the power of hindsight. Maybe. Or that was their genuine reaction. And then we just saw that, and then they had to make up this excuse. I'm not going to sit here and prophesize too much, but I agree with you, Charlie. They knew what they were doing. And I think when it comes to the Goku tail thing, there is a part for that. And that's the part I'm going to probably skip to.
And since we're being real, some of us did start watching anime during COVID, but at the same time, some of us didn't. Like Gianni and Jeremy started watching anime in 2014.
Shonen slop, I see.
And I started watching anime in 2017. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter when someone starts watching anime. What matters is we are a group of people called the Anime Men, who are supposed to represent and normalize anime. But all we did in that video was disrespect the most influential anime of all time, which literally contradicts our very name.
And at the end of the day, the video sucked. And instead of playing a ukulele and apologizing and moving on, we want to make things right.
Yeah, that's why they never apologize in the video. Remember, this is an apology video. Dear viewer at home, this is an apology video with no real apology. Isn't that wild?
So we decided to watch some of the most historical anime dating from before we were born. And
yeah, I'm glad. Anyways, so there's one I'm going to go to, and I'm not going to go to like the other ones that are the obvious ones, but I want to go to the beginning of the Dragon Ball one. I will explain why.
So I'm here to talk about the burning statement that has quite literally pissed off the entire anime community. Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. I've never really watched Dragon Ball. I don't know, it just wasn't something I picked up. I knew about it. Modern iterations, I didn't really see Goku with one, so I never really did a double take. And then when we watched the first episode, I was like, oh, you know, maybe it's funny if I poke fun at the fact that he has a tail. I'm like, what?
No. Again, you don't have to rage bait with 5 million people watching you. Yeah, we're not sorry, but thanks for the views and the engagement. That's really what this video exists for, because again, they were like, well, we got lazy and we rage baited. You don't have to rage bait 5 million people. I'm sorry, you don't have to. You don't have to do these things. You don't have to talk about Goku having a tail.
But no way he has one. So what's even worse, I'm Hispanic, so that's half my family that has banished me from ever setting foot in Mexico ever again. And I know how prevalent Dragon Ball Z is to like the Hispanic community, and I have basically disappointed every single one of them. And I am here to say I have failed as an anime fan.
Oh, he didn't say sorry. Okay. Anyways, but that's really all that there is to that. He does talk a little bit about the history, but that's what this is. So I'm going to mute them and then go at 4 times speed because I can do 4 times speed. But he gives you a synopsis of Dragon Ball, not the first episode. And then he goes on to show you all of these reasons about its inspiration behind it. Again, I don't care about that part. I don't care about any of this. They were supposed to have watched the first episode. I'm going to put it back down to 1. They were supposed to have watched the first episode and ranked it. Instead, they didn't do that in this video. They went on to give you an anime history in case you were a new anime fan. I bet you even DSP would tell you that Goku had a tail. And that's fucking crazy if I were to bring that up. I'm not going to watch the rest of this stuff because it gets really irritating at some point, but it's the outro that we really need. Again, I said this is going to be a quick part of the video. Yeah, what and wasn't the point an apology? No, idiot. They're not going to make an apology. Fuck you. They're friends. That's the last part of this. I spoiled it for you. Oh my god, I haven't muted. I forgot.
There it is. We reviewed
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
Anime like we should have in the first place. But before we wrap things up, there's one more thing we wanted to touch on. There's this
is going to be the worst thing you ever hear from them, and I want you to know that this is where AniTube was killed in front of your eyes. And why everybody gets what they fucking deserve. You get what you fucking deserve.
Comment from the last video that actually hit really hard, and it not only perfectly deconstructed what we did wrong in that
Deconstruct
video, but it also just, here, let me just read it out.
Have you even encountered an anime that changed your worldview? A new series that speaks to you? A character you resonate with? A scene you cried about?
Yeah, so even though the last video would contradict our answer to this question, the answer is yes. So we want to take some time to talk about how much anime has affected our lives.
The Anime Man didn't start because we wanted clout or the fame or...
Yeah, you're wearing shorts with blazers. I'm not listening to you. But they didn't start it for that reason, but look at where they are.
Even the money. We started it because we were a group of friends who loved watching anime and making videos together. As cringy as it sounds, anime quite literally brought us all together. And
by the way, I just want you to notice this. I want you to see it. Because again, I have a very warped view of the world, and maybe you will not agree with me all the way on this one. But let's just assume that what they're saying is true. They're not doing it for the clout or the money or any of this recognition. They were just dude bros having fun. Where's the apology in this apology video?
this whole situation really made us realize how we've taken anime for granted.
It was getting your ass beat in multiple languages for you to finally realize it?
Anime allowed us to travel the world, meet lifelong friends, and make stuff that we were truly proud of. But anime has also been there for us at our lowest points, through loneliness.
And also, yeah, you're going to find out that they're going to use like the sappy music with the B-roll footage of anime friends and yep.
Through breakups and through failure. But if there's one thing that's never changed, it's that anime has always been a love letter to the world. From the old to the new, anime has always been an art form for these creators to express themselves. Whether it's about love, grief, pain, strength, forgiveness, motivation, self-acceptance, and most importantly for us, friendship.
Yeah, thanks for the fucking money, dummies. Yeah, sorry. You're not getting anything else besides we're friends. How is it that inherently bad, given that generalizations on AniTubers? Like, what's wrong with making video essays about anime? Nothing. In fact, I encourage more people to make video essays. My biggest problem is that when people use anime as a means to an end, and I'm not trying to be a purist about it either. This is just from, again, a view of mine. And when I stop seeing the pattern happen, maybe I'll change the way I think about it. But until then, people will they'll use anime as a stepping stone. Like, there's a big difference between liking something and then using it. And the anime men, and at this point, the anime man, have used it. You just arrived. What did you miss? Pain. I would even say that they're pseudo-intellectuals. I think that might be a little bit tired too. I mean, I agree. But they don't watch anime. They watch what corporations tell them to watch. They watch what fans tell them to watch. And when you've cultivated a fan base of people that only watch shonen slop, the only people that are going to engage with you on a positive note are people that love shonen slop. That's why the anime men, all of their videos are catered. They're catered to the fucking normies. Look at how many videos I don't watch of theirs. Not that I don't watch AniTubers anyways, but like, this is tailored to, this is AI generated content. Not really, but I'm going to call it that. Family Feud Anime Edition. We force ourselves to watch the worst anime ever made. It's almost a damn near copy, beat for beat, bar for bar, the same thumbnail as the Anime Man's. Which I have to go to his videos now. Sorry, guys. This one, the worst anime ever. I watched the 100 worst rated anime, so you don't have to. This is This is why NECRO died. And why I don't think I'm going to ever cover AniTubers when essentially it's going to be a rebrand. I'm just going to peel the band-aid off here for you. I'm going to rip it off. The reason why I have to die again is because I needed to make sure that before I died, again, for real this time, that people understood where I was coming from with this. Because for the past decade, almost, people were like, NECRO, you should make videos that you like. Make content that you want to make. And you guys are right. I should be doing that. And it took me 2 years of being stuck in a place where I wasn't having a good time and I was very depressed. I finally got back to home and I started thinking a little bit more, what does NECRO really contribute to any of this? Because you could always say, well, NECRO contributes to literally nothing. You'd probably be right, if anything. But I didn't like being angry all the time, even in the latest video. I didn't even like that either. I was like, you know what? That wasn't a video that I made because I like Bleach. It was a video I made because people like Bleach. And they shouldn't like it that much. But maybe that was just me being facetious. Tell me what you like. That was what that video felt like to me. Tell me what you like. Instead of just saying, yo, it's so goated, bro. Like, it has so much aura. Like, it's just pretty good, man. Like, I just love the aura. Like, brother, come on. You asked me about Symphogear. I love growing with these characters and seeing them evolve over time. The music is great because they all have symbolic meaning. It's about something that they're doing, like how they feel. That's what, like, Symphogear's my favorite. But I can tell you about it in a not so coherent way. Maybe one day I will. But that Bleach video? Nah. It's not all privated. It's all unlisted. Again, they're all in playlist. I just have to enable them on here. I didn't know where to put them. But they're all there. But that's kind of how I felt a little bit. And I said, I really want to refresh. So I realized that when I died 5 or 6 months ago, I didn't really give people a send-off of why I was dying. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be working a lot. And I don't have time to make anything really. Now I'm in the very fortunate position that I can. And here soon I will be in an even better position to create more for the people. But I got to kind of make it there first. And because of this rebrand, it's going to take a while. But this is where, in all of what you saw today, this is where AniTube died, and they blamed me for it. Let me show you. Remember the Anime Man? Good on you boys for making things right. A lot of people would tuck their tails from the criticism, but the fact that you guys took it to the chin and made an in-depth video like this is something worth respecting. Unk is proud of you boys. Clap emoji. We have to glaze them, don't we, Joey? They didn't apologize. There was no apology. People were like, no, they apologized in their video. Where? Rare W YouTuber apology. There was no apology here. Again, class act, boys. You guys really made the best of a bad situation. Put in all the work that original videos should have had, and then some. Glad you took the time to do it right. This isn't just a great apology. It's a solid video in general. Hey, can someone find the apology in there? Maybe it was tucked away in all the fucking history I had to learn about every single fucking show we read from a Wikipedia. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, I'm angry, bro. How could you tell? So, when I say AniTube died, when I say AniTube is dead and they blamed me, they did. AniTube died when this video came out and I saw these people glazing them. There's no fixing AniTube. There was never going to be a way to fix it. In fact, it was always going to go downhill, and it will keep doing that. And they blamed it on me. There are people that say, Necro, you're just a little too negative. You shouldn't have said that about the anime man and Mother's Basement. They're good guys. You're just a hateful idiot. I don't know, man. When our whole video is reading Wikipedia articles and telling people why they're wrong, I don't know. I might not be the best judge. That's all this was. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is a part of the video from Astro Boy. They read everything from a Wikipedia page.
And it actually went on to have 112 chapters. Astro Boy was originally created as a way to inspire hope and kindness in a post-war Japan that was just absolutely devastated by the war. This guy was a symbol of hope, peace, prosperity, and what machines and man.
See? This whole video was just reading from Wikipedia pages. I don't care if you like them. I think that you should like them more. In fact, I would dare you to hit that subscribe button. But just know what you're getting into. This wasn't an apology video. This was I need to cover my ass video. And trust, I've made one before. These guys don't know which war. I bet you they probably think it was World War I if you had to ask them. No, I don't think I'll be hitting that subscribe button. You should hit it here instead. Screw your parents. Subscribe to Necro.
Get in the ring, man.
Get in the goddamn ring. Oh my goodness. But that was pretty much the end of this stream. Waiting for an actual apology award? You're never going to get one. Thanks for giving them a bunch of subs. By the way, they did go up in subscriber count. After not this video. The other one. The first one that they did. After that video, they went up in subscribers, actually. The engagement worked. Why'd they go up? Because I could go on for hours. I gotta end this so everyone is like not stuck here. I gotta like end the stream at some point. Come on. But we'll talk about it a little bit more on Twitch. Maybe. People just like watching normie anime content creators. Look at, okay, I can't like, I'm going off on a path here. And I'll do something for you that I haven't done in a while. We're gonna go on a detour. Again, I don't want to take forever. I know you guys got like things to do and places to be and people to see. But like, that's what their videos are. They're made for normies. This is all normie slop. And the shorts, don't get me started on the fucking shorts. These ones, sure, you can get by with them. But I saw one and it made me want to die.
Package for Walter?
Say my name.
Heisenberg?
You're goddamn right.
Hell!
Okay. That was rough for me. You guys had to give me a second. This is what's that guy's name? LN Historian. You guys brought this up in my chat earlier, and I want you to know that this one has also went up in subscribers. Listen, I'm not mad that anyone gets subscribers. I hope they get 100,000. But you know what else they make? They made these videos. They made these shorts. These shorts look like they're all the same short. I know that you can tell they're very good and very well produced. People like shorts content, so they will subscribe for shorts. I will do shorts in the future. But then I saw a couple of these, and I'm not going to bore you to death, but good thing these are only like a minute long.
So let me get this right. You make a political analogy comparing anime tourists and colonization, and when I call you out on said political analogy, you tell me I'm too political and need to go outside. Alright.
Yeah, he does. Man, I'm gonna be agreeing with this guy a lot. No. Yeah, man, totally. What? He told you to go outside. He said, get pants, nerd.
Right, bro. To clarify my point in your part of the video, all I was saying is that I find it embarrassing how some anime fans act like victims whenever new people, let's call them normies, join the community. I'm not saying you're one of the extreme voices. In fact, I thought you were pretty light. My only issue was the comparison. As a major figure in the community, you're almost normalizing this analogy.
Normalizing. Guys, you have to normalize these things. You're normalizing the bad stuff, not the good stuff.
And in doing so, giving more ammo to these extreme fans. If you've been paying attention recently, you would have noticed the community has gotten pretty extreme and reactionary. Just look at the controversy with Bocchi the Rock that's happening right now.
He brings up chibi reviews. Nuclear censorship take the Bocchi the Rock situation has gotten a lot of heat in the last few days, and then this guy says, I genuinely have no idea where Chibi Reviews got the idea that this screenwriter is grooming her son, or that she, quote, thinks romance means violence. Yeah, normalize taking a fucking shower, Stinky.
I find often that the term anime tourist is at the center of all of this.
Because it's a slur. It's a slur. Fine. We don't like the word tourist. Me personally am declaring it a slur. Thanks. You fucking tourist.
Honestly, it's starting to feel a lot like the pipeline we saw in the gaming community back in the late 2010s. I don't think you're personally pushing this rhetoric, but I included your analogy in my last video because it truly reflects how these anti-tourists see themselves. And also
What? Listen, no one was on the side of saying that this is the Columbus era of anything. Let's just be clear here, Ellen historian.
I note about the two political parts. I don't think you can separate art and politics.
You can. It's called having a fucking brain. Everything that I watch doesn't have to have politics in it if I don't want it to. I could watch something that, like, where's that one? There's like that one tweet. Everybody's seen it. It's just like, all art is political. And then you show them like this, like the insanely smart person. What was that one? You know the one I'm talking about. But it's just like they can't tell the difference between Metal Gear Solid, BioShock, and this image. And it's Donald Trump in Family Guy. That's what this guy is. And he can claim all day up and down. He can watch me on his fucking stream and he can be like, actually, Mr. NECRO, I think that we need to talk about politics. You fucking nerd.
And anime is no exception. Politics is an inherent aspect of art itself.
No, it's not. Okay, we're gonna end that one soon. Anyways, that was like one of them. And then there was the follow-up. I'm not gonna go back to like the original one that he was talking about the anime man in, but I'm gonna bring up this one.
The rise of anti-intellectualism in the anime community is genuinely concerning.
It's so concerning that people don't care about checks notes. Politics? Question mark?
More and more, I've noticed a trend of people downplaying the political messaging and deeper themes in anime. And
because there isn't any. They're downplaying it because they don't fucking exist, you shithead.
if you dare point this out, you're considered an anime tourist.
Yeah, because no one else cares about these things. No one cares about politics in anime because we're watching anime as a means of entertainment. I watched Ford versus Ferrari yesterday. First time I'd ever seen it. It was a pretty good movie.
I think this comes from a large portion of the community holding worldviews that clash with the values of their favorite shows. To deal with this, these fans dismiss the politics entirely.
You know what? Someone needs to bring him that picture of like Saber wearing the Burger King hat and eating a Whopper, and we need to ask him what's the political implications of it.
Or consume the story only at a surface level. This is likely a coping mechanism that lets them enjoy the series without facing its uncomfortable truths.
Or maybe it just doesn't exist. I hate... Oh, you know what? I'll wait till the end.
The problem is this kind of denial often becomes the start of a pipeline. Once you get used to
the pipeline again,
to brushing aside deeper meanings, it's easier to slide into outright anti-intellectualism, where any critical discussion about media gets rejected as it's not that deep.
Yeah, bro, you're being autistic. You're being a wheelchair symbol. What?
An example of this is the clip that's been blowing up with Hassan on the Trash Taste podcast. It's unclear if all three, that being Giguk, Joey, and Sea-Dog, are caught up in this denial. Joey might be, considering his stitch to my video, saying it's all just Japanese cartoons.
Bro, you're gonna let the anime man body you? That's kind of funny. The anime man said, literally go outside and touch grass. You're looking way too deep into this. And I agree.
And that it's not that deep, I'm just being too political. As for the other two...
Huh? Wait, I gotta go back. I can't go back. Oh my god. I can right here.
He might be considering his stitch to my video, saying it's all just Japanese cartoons, and that it's not that deep, I'm just being too political.
Yeah, you are being a bit too political, bro.
As for the other two, I think they're more self-aware. They know a large part of their fandom is already in this pipeline, so they play dumb. And it's not just them. Many creators avoid these topics entirely because they know the backlash it brings.
God damn it. Sorry, I was gonna just say something, but all I can do is laugh. I got nothing, man.
I got a taste of this myself. The amount of hate I got from a single tweet saying One Piece is obviously political shows just how deeply hostile parts of the community are to even the most basic media analysis. The rise of—
That's fucking crazy. This dude is weird. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people. This is, again, why I came back to do this stream. I'm wasting like a lot of time. There's a guy named Slice of Anime. I'm sure you've seen him. I'm sure you haven't. And if you haven't, don't worry. You're going to regret thinking that you ever had to see him. There's a video. Not this one, because that one is also bad. It's this one. I need you guys to strap in. We watched this on stream before, too. People need to complain about politics in anime because they have nothing left to enjoy. My personal take. This is a video by Slice of Anime, and this is called The 3 Worst Types of Anime Fans.
So
Don't
today
worry.
I'm gonna
This one's an 18-minute video. It's going to be pretty quick because I'm going to skip through like the middle section of it.
Rant a little bit. Normally I don't do this.
And
I don't
we're gonna
really care to
put
get
you
into
on
drama or
TV.
anything, or do anything that might make the video a bit controversial. But I am kind of at my breaking point with some of this, and I'd like to discuss it a little bit. So today I looked over 3 types of anime fans, the most annoying type of anime fans, in my opinion. And while you may be a part of these groups, I'm not saying that everyone in each one of these groups is annoying. Well, maybe one of them, but
This is important. I'm gonna like speed run this for a little bit. So you gotta listen up. You gotta lock in.
I'm not saying that everyone in each one of these groups is annoying. Well, maybe one of them, but not all of them. But I do want to say that not all anime fans fit into one of these groups.
Except that he's gonna make them all fit into it. But I'm gonna skip ahead by a lot.
Oh, this will be the most controversial one because a few days ago I made a post.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this preface for you. The first part, the one for the first type of anime fan that he does not like, the worst type, are the shonen fans, aka tourist. We've already been over that left and right. The second types are the pro shippers, the people that are telling you that their ship is more important than yours, and they will dox you for it. But it's the third one. Do you see the wall of virginity that is what Zero Trim does to people? Brother, this isn't even a quarter of the room. Sorry, I'm gonna like shit on this dude for a little bit. But if you go to videos, oldest, it's like this first video. And it's an HDR too, by the way. I'm gonna show it to you.
Tour for 2024. I probably want to do one of these a year, but I've never posted one on here before.
Brother, wall of virginity? Wall of virginity? Try the whole fucking room, my guy. I can go 4 times speed. You'll see barely half of it. Ooh, brother. Anyways. Okay, here's the video he's watching.
Post. And if you have never been on the internet, you may have not noticed.
I'm not on the internet? What the?
But an anime that I enjoy a ton is an anime called XIII. And XIII is a series that has had a running joke. And I don't really like the joke, but to where they dress these characters up in some 1940s German apparel. And I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh, okay. I was going to bring up his Twitter to kind of show you a little bit of the context behind this, but trust me, you don't need it. And it's also very sketchy and get me in trouble because YouTube would not be very happy.
And I know there are a handful of people that are like, yeah, but it's just a joke. And then though, whenever I said, because there was a post that had Bocchi the Rock in some of that outfit, and whenever I said, I don't think we should do this, let's stop them from doing this, I had people tell me and give me paragraphs after paragraphs after paragraphs about how Bocchi the Rock is not mine to choose, and that they had Bocchi the Rock first, and because of that, they're gonna make it this German fashion craze in the 1940s, early 1940s.
Yep, I think you can kind of tell where this one went.
Yeah, apparently we've got sympathizers in the anime community that really like
sympathizers, I forgot. God.
Music anime. But anime fan number 2, remember that whole thing where I was like, you don't get to decide what anime characters are and what they're not. The writer is the only one that really gets to do that, and then the community just kind of goes along with it, or they, create their own things and you just have to deal with it.
Oh, yeah, this whole video, he means this shit. Excuse me? He means every fucking word of this. And then I'll show you after.
I kind of draw the line at racism.
He only kind of draws the line at racism. Hear that again, please?
Deal with it. I kind of draw the line at racism.
He only kind of draws the line, guys. Come on. You can still call people slurs. Come on.
I just don't really think that is the way I don't think we should allow that. And this gets me into a whole other thing.
Yeah?
There are people that their whole point of being an anime fan is what I'm going to call this part here, to where they feel like they need to gatekeep all anime.
Based.
And I'm sorry. No. These people normally have the whole concept of...
Listen, he has to... If anything, I'm going to be like a little off topic here. If anything, he needs to start gatekeeping anime. Because when they get in, the tourists get in, they're going to be at his front door beating his ass. Does he see how many lollies are down here at the bottom left? This dude will actually get lynched. In Minecraft, he'll fall down a cave.
Well, anime used to be great back in the 2000s, and that's whenever it was peak, and I'm not letting any of these new fans into my communities.
That sounds based. Who are these people that you speak of?
They are worse than the second fan, because...
What?
The second fan at least will allow them to if they enjoy the same things they do. This type of anime fan just doesn't want anyone to enjoy anime. They would rather anime die than there be any new anime fans.
That's fucking based. Bro, you don't have to keep digging for oil. You've already struck it, guy. Come on.
And they want their anime to be racist.
Hell! I kind of forget about a lot of these one-liners he puts in here. Yes, I want my anime to be racist. I want my favorite insert here anime character to start handing out hard R's. I don't give a fuck.
And I wish I was making this up.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. But I am still getting quote tweets about how I am the one in the wrong.
Bro, you are in the wrong. You know what they really should have did? They should have talked more slurs in G Gundam about all the different countries. That would have made G Gundam even better. Come on.
For saying that racism is bad.
Racism is evil. .gif. Just immediate.
I don't think that's a hot take. Honestly, you are more cringe when you say, I want Yui from XIII in a German outfit from the 1940s. And that's it.
Brother, this To give you context, he did have a few tweets about this, and I will go ahead and assure you that at some point there was a Yui profile picture with her wearing a you know what kind of hat, and they beat his ass really hard. So hard, he rushed to make this video.
Like, that's a joke from the early 2010s. Like, you know, everybody, sorry to burst your bubble.
Sorry.
But that is Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 grade humor.
So you mean it was funny? Because both of those eras of video games were peak. Because you could call people slurs. You could have fun on the internet. It didn't matter what you did. Because there wasn't AI listening in on you. You didn't get punished for in-game chat and saying GGEZ. So yeah, I mean, if it's that kind of humor, then give me more of that then. Please, sir. Waiter, more slurs, please.
It is not funny. It hasn't been for 15 years.
No, it's still pretty funny. Every time I see that video of, like, why are you using a riot shield? Stop using riot shields, buddy. Like that kind of shit, still peak.
It is cringe humor that has not been relevant. You don't know how to grow up. You don't know how to...
The guy that has all of these figures behind you is telling you to grow up, by the way. The guy with his Twitter looking the way it does is telling you to grow up. And that what you're doing is not funny.
Realize, hey, maybe this isn't funny anymore.
Are all of these figures... Whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
Maybe I am making anime fans look worse by doing this.
Yeah, I would say all the statues do that. Yeah.
And it is not just a, like the lolicons. It is not...
Huh? As he says everything that he says in this video, I just keep looking behind him because how are you going to make these arguments and think that this is genuine?
Not just them. It is a wide group, apparently, that thinks this is still funny. And it's not. And I don't even think they're like sympathizers. I think they just want to gatekeep the anime community. But
wait, what?
Sympathizers. I think.
Look at him.
And many of them, I don't even think are like sympathizers.
You said that they were. Whatever. Skip.
People I don't think have watched any anime.
Oh.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with all three of these groups.
What?
Is that I don't think any of them really watch anime.
This statement can only be made true if everything that he said in this video beforehand was never said.
I think they watch a handful of shows.
So they do watch anime, thanks.
They see what's popular in their little communities that they feel safe in, whether it be, you know...
Brother, you should feel the safest. No one has fucking showed up to your door with all the shit you have behind you. They'd be calling you a fucking Diddy Epstein pedo at some point.
Oh, popularity contest or little, you know, band meets or...
Band meets.
KKK meetings.
I used to live 30 minutes away from the birthplace of the KKK. What the fuck are you talking about, brother?
And whatever their little group is, whatever, you know, the anime of the week is in that little group, they'll watch that. So they...
And in anyways, if you know, even if I want to believe that there were KKK meetings, brother, what the fuck are you talking about? They're not watching anime. Sorry, this is getting off in a tangent.
They can have little conversations. And they don't watch anything else.
Okay, but
they're gonna make sure everybody else knows they are the greatest anime fan. That their group is the best, and if you like any other anime, you're wrong. You're wrong. Other than the third fan, they just want you to leave them alone, and they want to be racist on their own.
Racist on their own, but I thought that they were a group.
But
anyways, now guys,
I can't stand these three types of people, and they're getting more and more vocal.
They were always here?
Because what happens is is it is like a triangle.
What?
To where one will be very vocal for a few days. The news story will come out about them.
What?
Whether it be the solo leveling Wednesday.
What do you mean the news?
The Anime Awards. And the other two will talk about how Apothecary Diaries was so good, it should have won. And it's any other anime besides it is awful. I love Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, this is about Anime Awards. So we're gonna 2x speed this. No, 3x speed.
But there was other anime. If not number one, if free or one, I don't know that. But they wouldn't have. And the people, it's like, that's just because all the tourists and we gotta gatekeep for get them out of here.
See the terminology he uses? You guys are the sympathizers.
They all fight one another, and they're all so.
Do they? I think everyone was on board that Freeran should have won instead of solo leveling.
Vocal, and it makes the whole community look bad. So here is what I say.
Community, by the way.
Watch more anime.
No, I thought they didn't watch anime. Skip.
If you enjoy your kind of niche things that have the shipping and everything, that's fine. If I don't really like that third group, I don't think you should be here.
Are you promoting the G word?
Go somewhere else.
Are you promoting the I word?
But if you like your certain anime, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Just be aware that if you're only going to watch a few anime, there's going to be other people that know more about anime than you. And
I thought the third group knew about all of the old anime. This dude makes no fucking sense, man.
It's fine. I just had to rant.
Yeah, he ranted for too long. Anyways, the problem is that he made another video after this where he has a schizo moment. He has a mental breakdown, and he, instead of being a normal human,
Neru. I don't know. Oh, hey. What am I? Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce all the Vocaloid characters' names because the last time I made a video.
This is him having a psychotic break. He's talking to a giant Nezuko plush because he has no one else to talk to about these things.
All the internet people told me that I was a tourist because I didn't know how to pronounce their names.
And don't worry, if you were wondering where's the Twitter segment, it's all this where he's at the computer.
We've really gone downhill. Pandemic weeb, yeah, we get it. You really like to hate on the people that watched it whenever all that was going down. We get it. You get some original content. Hood weeb? Jessica, what the heck is a hood weeb?
Oh, and by the way, this dude beat his ass. This guy, Professor XIII, beat his ass. And shout out to the Brotherhood for the $5. Is that a DSP scream? God, I haven't heard that in years. It absolutely is. This one. Help! And then the other one's a Kekken yell. This is what caused him to make this video, by the way. Thought you should know that. He has another segment where he puts out another tweet, like later on. Right around here, I think is where it is.
Yeah, let's make one.
Yep. This is about him reading a little too much.
I should have seen that coming as well. It definitely was not the smarter idea to go to try to be a part of K-pop stands.
Why does he try to make this such a weird thing? And also, because I got to do something really quick, you guys get to suffer in silence.
I should have known that would almost be worse than anime. You know what? Surely there's something else. What about Funko? We already have some Funko Pops. Let's just do that. We can get into the Funko Pop community because I already share some similarities with them. We can do some unboxings. It'll be really cool. I think let's try that. You know, Nezuko, I'm starting to get the impression that no matter what fandom it is, or how much you enjoy that fandom, or want to be a part of something, that you have people and a community.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it fucking quirky that he is talking to a giant plush? That's why we haven't covered him on this channel. I feel like he might be a little too insane to cover. You know how they have like insanity pleas? I think that that's what this is. He might be insane. He might try to fucking murder me one of these days. But yeah, that was the bulk of his video. Besides, I don't know what he did here at the end.
Plain, because I kind of like them to where we can kind of savor the meat, kind of get it.
Oh, that's right. He made a fucking awful joke about being a food reviewer. I forgot. Here, you guys want cringe? Again? Here's cringe. And here's
Perfect
Phil to tell you more.
idea. Welcome to the brand new channel called Slice of Grimace. And in this series, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take every item on the McDonald's menu and we are going to try it and we're gonna review it and grade it. And it's gonna be epic. And I thought, what better way than to start with the classic McDonald's hamburger. Now,
This is what he thinks is good. And then he made up a person. You know that meme where they make up a person to get mad at? Actually, you can't fully understand the McDonald's hamburger with the correct toppings, tourist behavior. This dude literally makes up people that don't exist so he can be upset at them and then be a victim. This dude's a professional victim. Look at him.
Oh, come on.
Whew. That was that was a good send-off, I think. What a stream that was. Wow, thanks for coming. God damn. These these fucking detractors are ruining my fucking anime. Oh god. I'm glad you guys got to witness this with me. How does the state have 11,000 subs? This is the worst content I've ever watched, worse than DSP. People probably feel the same way about me, to be fair. Oh god. I don't have much content lined up. Trust. We always come for you. Oh, excuse you. Yeah, for a little while. It's just the stream. But if anything, I'm live always on twitch.tv. That's not my real background. It just keeps changing. On twitch.tv /necro_13, where I'm streaming right now. Whoa, I'm right here, looking at myself. It's gonna be like Inception. But you see, there's a bunch of other people here that you can totally watch, and I'm gonna let you raid into them at some point. Oh god, I got too many people that I follow. But yeah, that's how that works. I'm glad you guys got to see it. So TLDR, in case you see this like a day late, because I'll keep it up for a little bit, and remind me. Someone tapped me on the shoulder. Necro, you need to make the playlist available. I will put them up there. I just have to remember. But I will be back in a few months on YouTube. I will look a lot different. And then after that, we will make good, fun, positive content. Hashtag positivity. Hashtag positivity. But I'm thankful that everyone showed up today for the fun stream. And thank you to the people like Flambeemboo, the Court Gesture, for all the super chats, and Johnny V, and Brotherhood of Steel Man. I love the shout out segment at the end. I don't know where I'm gonna send you YouTube people. I guess I could find out. Who should I send you to? I never do things on YouTube, so I have to find someone. And I also need the webpage open so I can end the stream. The positivity arc, it's only kind of. I don't really know. Okay, I know how to like halfway send you somewhere, but I want to send you somewhere fun and positive and chill and totally not terrible. I want you to be able to vibe out with someone. Do you guys like anime women? Not that way. I think I could send you to someone. I'll send you to someone else that's dying right now. So I will see you guys on twitch.tv. Thanks for stopping by, at least for a little bit.